to give you a summary, all last night I've been seeing it. It almost kept me up. Okay. All last night I've been seeing a bunch of people, and particularly Haitians, make responses to, the foundational Black American backlash that they've been receiving. Because they've been receiving, and I'm gonna be honest about it, they've been receiving a lot of collateral. There's been a lot of collateral on Haitians and really Caribbeans in general. Right. So they're upset about that. And I'm noticing that they're more upset every time something pops off, whether it's this, whether it's the Essence Fest, whether it's Tyler, whether it's Shabuzi, whether it's anything at all, anything that pops off, there's always more anger at what we have to say about it than the offense that we took. All right. There's always more anger. There's always more backlash. They don't say anything or call anything out until we've already pushed back against it and made it go viral. After it's gone viral and they receive collateral from it, then they want to come here and then start policing our response to their disrespect. Nobody was talking about Caribbeans. Nobody was talking about Haitians until she said something, right? And then after she said something about us and our lineage, then we push back against it. Now they're trying to do this reverse psychology and flip it on us and make it seem like we started it. They did this with Tyler. They did this with Shabuzi. They did this with, they've been doing this with Black History Month. They've been doing this with pretty much every single incident I can think of. Okay. Every single time we say something about them, or every single time they start something, they don't call it out outright. They wait for it to be this big viral thing, and then for them to try to say, well, I don't agree, but y'all don't have to go that hard. Y'all don't got to do all that. Y'all doing too much. Y'all being xenophobic. Okay. The times that they address anything is to address it and then immediately defend themselves. So that's kind of, because I've been seeing it all last night. So that's what the topic is going to be about.
Okay. I've seen it too. I stood in the hallway and I watched a new platform. I'm not going to say the name. She seemed fair. She let everybody get their voice out, but I did notice the Haitians' response. One thing was a Latina was up there speaking like it's not about your community right now, ma'am. But they do that, and I'm gonna say this. I think that because we have overlooked a lot of things, sort of coddled them, and it's kind of diabolical that the ones who champion the diasporans, not saying we're part of their diaspora, who have championed them the most, has gotten the most heat. They give us more smoke than they give the white tea. The same white tea they say that's to stabilize in their country, but they come over here and don't take things from the white tea. If anything, the Haitians have harmed us systemically. The Caribbean have harmed us systemically, because I want to kind of get it out of the community to show that they came here with a disdain for us. And when they have the opportunity to align with us, they don't. So when we talk about things like delineation, they say we are HATE full, we are a HATE group, but Yvette Clarke, who is on the Caribbean Caucus and the Haitian Caucus, has authored a bill called the Caribbean Count, and she did this in 2010. What she wanted to do was to show that the Caribbean was here and make them more visible within the Black banner. Attached to that, she wants their numbers counted accurately so they could get certain funding. Do you know for U.S. Freedmen's delineation bill request, she has remained silent. The audacity of her to think that because she feels she's in a position that she could say that 76% of Black Americans who are actually for the SAVE Act says that she don't believe it. She does. So these
Mm.
immigrants, melanated specifically, are harmful because they harm us systemically. We have been treating some of them like family, or even voting them into positions of power. They in They don't take all of that into account. Their numbers aren't strong enough to get their own people in them seats. That's why they need the immigrant vote. And they haven't been doing anything for us. They've remained silent when we ask for things specifically for us. But the fact that she's on the head of the CBC, right? Head, co-chair of the Caribbean caucus, head of the Haitian caucus, she has gotten funding for those nations, not for the Haitians here. She's come up with a bill to stimulate Haiti's economy. Yet fighting for the Haitians to remain here is just not fair. The things that they do. And then the fact that this lady just saw one man say, well, what you are, a dirty black American? She didn't even have to enter that into a chat. So if they're not talking badly about us in our community, then they're harming her mindset is in our government. And her mindset is ignoring us. And her mindset is getting her people and the other Caribbean people benefits that they will never even agree to for just us when we pay all the price. Do you know what I've realized? Because I've been doing my deep dive, Afro, that the black farmers, some of them who may be melanated immigrants who have never had land over here taken from them, never had to fight or lose life over here for their land, is covered if our black farmers are going after the government. They can get a piece of that pot. How is that fair? So the and I know you want me to set the decorum, but I gotta say this about Black History Month. There's a Caribbean Heritage Month that is in June. There's an African Heritage Month that is in September. There's a Latino or a Hispanic Heritage Month that's from September 15th to October 15th. So I don't understand. These people know their heritage. They get things or specifically off of their heritage or lineage, right? And their immigration status. And they think that we should be ethnically erased, right? Or we don't have no type of ethnicity because they won't even adhere to the fact they ain't black on this land, and they know that. Yvette Clarke proves it. Their heritage months prove it. Their parades prove it. Their flag days prove it. Our American flag that people don't want us to wave was sewn and designed by Grace Wisher, a free black teen or child. What are we talking about here? So when you come up here and you talk about we all black too, no, y'all have been operating off a lineage and delineating from us since you were able to migrate here so freely. Stop playing in our face. Things have changed. She will be held accountable, and we got to hold the podcasters accountable too. You either bring a foundational black American woman in the room, because I think she took advantage of the fact it was mainly men there, and have us address them, or don't platform them. They want the 15 minutes of fame. Now she's going viral, and she's probably getting support and all types of other things from the people that agree with her. And not all Haitians agree with her. I get that, but your voices are too small. Go on a public platform with her and debate her and tell her how wrong she was and how she was dirty over there in Haiti and how Haiti's still dirty, and you only got one day to recognize your flag because instead of evolving your culture and making more history, you're over here frauding our government and locking black Americans out of stuff. I land.
Okie doke. All right. Zizi, do you want to say anything? Have you seen anything like that before we get to the rest of the room?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna be quick, but for sure, it is. It's funny. It's absolutely egregious, but it's also kind of a good thing in a way, because as like in a domino effect type of way, this is low key helping us delineate as well. Because they're pointing themselves out. We don't really have to do no work. All the brothers did was invite her on a podcast. The conversation hadn't even started yet, and she exposed her own hand of how anti-black she really was. So to a degree, I mean, show your hand. Show us who you are. I would prefer the devil rather than the sheep and, the wolf in sheepskins. Just show me who you are. So to a degree, I'm kind of glad that these tethers are being so openly outward with their xenophobia and letting us know exactly who they are, because that exposes exactly who the hell we are. Even some of the most the FBAs who are not even aware about the delineation movement, which ain't many of us, but some of us who aren't aware or keen on what's happening with the delineation right now, saw that video and was like, what? Dirty who? So it doesn't even take somebody that has to that knows that has that's done the work, done the knowledge, is an activist, knows the history to see how disrespectful that sort of rhetoric is. You know, you see that, you feel that. You don't really have to read anything on paper to feel it, to feel the pain your ancestors went through, and to understand that they were not dirty. So yeah, in a way, you know, it kind of does help validate and also help validate our experience, because we've been saying that this was never a two-way street. It was never a two-way xenophobic street. We was never just out here being anti non-FBA to any of these other lineages. It's never been like that. We've always been the most accepting, the most open, the most pro-black, and fought the most for everyone outside of our own lineage. So that also does validate that experience as well, because again, all them brothers did was invite this sister on the platform, invite this tether, excuse my language, on the platform, and she got up there and showed her ass. And just like them other, on the last live we did, it was four other Haitians and non-FBAs, I think the other two was African, who went up there and did a similar thing as well. So we let them expose themselves. These tethers got to be exposed, and we have to draw lines in the sand of who they are, who we are. So yeah, you know, it is what it is, but absolutely egregious. That's the mind of that's the mentality of the white supremacists, to try to beat down on the victim like it's our damn fault for responding to an insult. That's absolutely insane. But they got colonized minds. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah,
So can I ask you a question? Is it possible that, you said no?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you are live, can you change your prompt? Like, cause somebody's you know, what our face is being a grammar police up here.
What?
The word.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I didn't see that.
Hold on, I'm gonna do that in a little bit. I'm moving on something right now.
I asked Cloud, okay?
Yeah, okay. What the hell? Who's the next? I'm doing something right now. Let's get to Rashad. Okay. Y'all get what it is, but okay, grammar police. All right, since y'all.
What's up, y'all?
be
Y'all
like
hear
this
me?
about it.
He just want to make sure we, you know, without flaw, I guess.
Y'all hear me?
TC, the one who said FBAK, go take that savagery back to your homeland, so you're out of here. If y'all didn't know, we know what FBAK mean. And Haiti need to go over there and handle barbecue before ever thinking about handling us. He's blocked, guys.
Rashad, go ahead.
What's up, y'all? Morning or good afternoon, wherever y'all location is at. I'm Black American. To respond to the prompt, I'm not going to sugarcoat what she said. You know, when somebody gets on a public platform and calls Black Americans dirty, it's not a slip up. Like it's totally not a slip up. It's a mindset. And then on top of that, once it's being broadcast, it's representing what the audience heard. So that right there is just, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You gaslighted yourself into saying something that's plainly disrespectful. I think for us as FBAs, Black Americans, Creoles, Sulan, Geechee, we need to protect our narrative. Like these platforms that you have, you always up here, you always speaking truth. Like I said, we protecting and strengthening our community in a political position. It's clear as day what these people is doing, and it's becoming a repetitious pattern with no apology. It's no apology. Last week, it wasn't no apology. I think it was the African girl. She said if she could gather us all up in one room, what she'll do. A few days ago, we got the Somalians talking about reparation. Everybody's demanding stuff when they should be when they should be giving us an apology. We the only people that has not been retaliating or doing anything yet. And it's just like it's just like you poking an animal, and then as soon as it strikes, they be like, I got you. And it's just like, we're not feeding into the BS. So I think right now, you know, I think it was like ZZ or something like that saying it. Like keep on showing me who you is so I could not be bothered with you. I don't want no dealings with you. So the more they come out, the more it benefits us. So that's all I say.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Also, they are saying that further on in the broadcast, she even talked badly about her own people, the Haitians. So I just want to say this. That's fine that Haitians should handle her about that, but we're still going to address what she said about us. What she say or feels about her own people doesn't negate what she said about Black Americans. So I think the Haitians should handle that part about her.
No,
As we
absolutely.
would. No, I was talking to Afro. It wasn't based
Oh,
off
my.
of what you said, but more so the comments and some of the things I seen yesterday. I'm sorry, Rashad. I agree with what you
No, no,
said.
no. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's why I said, in my conversation, us, protecting our narrative, educating our lineage, and strengthening what we really know about our own lineage is benefiting us in the process. Because, like I said, we know what to entertain and what not to entertain. We are the movement. We are the culture. We are the blueprint. So, like I said, they're gonna keep on doing this in order for us to react. But basically, we're not going to react. We're just going to point out what you're doing wrong. It's how can I say? It's like a got you moment, but it's a turnaround for them. They the ones who's getting got in the same process, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel it.
Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. I'm almost in full attention. I just had to handle something. So, give me 1 second, y'all.
You know who was next? Cheryl.
Who was next? You said?
It's the person
Is
beside me. Yeah.
okay? Yeah, Cheryl.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, how
One
y'all
minute.
doing?
One minute, Cheryl. If I mute you in the chat, that's because you're saying FBAs have been xenophobic. That means you are more than welcome to come up and tell us on the panel. Have the discussion up here, not just from the comments. So if you're muted, feel free to come up. But if you're blocked, that means you're going forever. You was just too disrespectful.
Go ahead.
Okay. How y'all doing? How BX? How you doing?
Hi, Miss
We
Cheryl. How
doing
are
great.
you?
And just to introduce myself to Afro Elite because I don't think I ever spoke with you. I'm from 62. I'm from Virginia. Lived in North Carolina for 19 years, and now I'm in Georgia. But yes, I saw that interview, and I also been seeing a lot of Haitians trying to. Sorry, I'm breathing hard. I ran upstairs.
You're
I
good. You're fine.
also saw a lot of Haitians trying to make excuses for us, like, oh, it's not all of us, and it's not this, it's not that. Okay, my thing is, for over 60 years, immigrants have been coming to this country, melanated immigrants, I should say, and y'all have never called y'all's own people out. And so now it's too late. We don't call them out for you. And there's nothing you can say about it. You can't come at us with, oh, it was just her. You can't blame all of us. No, y'all should have been calling these people out from the start. Y'all had a lot of time to do that, but you decided not to. So now, all of y'all gonna have to carry that card. What she did, all of Haitians gonna have to carry that card. What some of those Somalis did, all the Somalis gonna have to carry that card. And that's just the way it is. And that's all I had to say. And I'll drop down so some other speakers can come up.
Thank you. Thank you. I just had this huge spider just coming down the ceiling right now. I was this close to being Spider-Man. I was this close.
I was looking at your face like, oh no, what happened? Did something happen? You looked
I was there. I was
scared.
this close. I was almost Spider-Man at a couple more seconds. I just had it. Not right now. I don't need to be Spider-Man right now. I need to be doing something
Can
else.
I can I remind everybody that when they talk about the hood, they generalize in all Black Americans because
That's a
we have
fact.
more out of the hood than we do in, right? Y'all never talk about the Black American enclaves, towns, or cities that we have. It's always the hood, and they always neglect to mention. Listen, ZZ, listen, Afro. They always neglect to mention not only our immigrant businesses in our hood, but so is their crime. And the first one I saw being deported when Trump took office was a Haitian with 17 counts. So we got to cut it out when you say, well, there's not anybody. But all the Haitians are up here trying to rewrite Black American history and talk about the hood, the same hood they helped the crime rates in. And notice how our crime rates have declined since mass deportation started, and everybody's being labeled accordingly. There were 2 Haitians that committed welfare fraud. There was, you know what I'm saying? Somalians did this. They're no longer labeling or identifying them as black, which means our crime rates are on the decline. Just to enter
right.
that.
All right. Let me get to my brother KD1. And then we're gonna get to Born Power.
Afro, what's going on, fam? ZZ,
How
what's
you
happening? BX, what's going on?
Peace.
Hey,
Yeah, yeah. Once again, thanks for having me up on here, man. I always appreciate it. More outrage by the response than the offensive. Yeah, we see this dynamic time and time and time again, and this is like one of the main gripes with the Pan Africanists and the flat blackers that I have is like if you got this type of thing about you where as a Pan-Africanist, you are checking everybody and you holding everybody accountable whenever a xenophobic sentiment is expressed, okay, cool. But what I see is it's always this finger wagging at us when we respond to anti-Black American xenophobia, and same thing from the other groups in the diaspora. And what I chalk it up to, my hypothesis is this: the reason why they only respond to us when we respond to them is because they don't say it. They don't say it, but truthfully, they see. They don't say it, but truthfully, they see us as the superior people to these other groups. You know what I'm saying? Because if we weren't the superior people, in their minds, if we weren't the superior people in their minds, then they would address these little people in their minds, how they perceive these other groups as little people compared to us. So it's almost like they see us as we punching down when we respond to the disrespect. You see what I'm saying? Because otherwise, they would keep it even Steven, but no, they only respond to us again because they see us as the superior one, like we the ones that can really do the damage. And we can, but we just recognizing the damage that's being done to us by these anti-Black American xenophobes.
Mm. From now on, let's be easy on the timing now. Let's be easy on the mute button. Because I think that y'all sent up there, I saw that comment, FBA is MAGA. I don't know. We're not even talking about politics right now. But that's the only insult that you guys can have. But that further proves our point. We wouldn't be having this conversation at all if it wasn't for that woman doing that. And you guys are more upset at what we have to say than what she said, which means what she said really didn't bother you like that. Remember when Kai said that was all like, oh, Black Americans, they don't have no culture, boo up the bam, all of that. And then we had to make a response to it, and then they responded to our response. That's because what Kai Cenat said didn't really bother them. When we face xenophobia, when we face bigotry, when we face hatred and all of this, it doesn't really bother them. Not really. And then they'll come up with like, well, I don't agree, but, I do. I mean, she probably was bullied and she probably was justified, and you guys are doing too much. So, because I want you guys to see right now, instead of you guys saying, you know what, as a community, we shouldn't be doing that. We should be showing you guys more respect than that. You all deserve more respect than that. They're standing 10 toes down behind this woman. To keep this in mind, it's not just Haitians either. Haitians are the main one, of course, but it's not just Haitians. Pretty much immigrants in general, even African immigrants, are standing behind her. By not condemning what she said, you are standing behind what she's saying. Even if you quote unquote disagree, if you disagree and follow that up immediately with an excuse, that's your way of defending her. You guys are acting as if you're her defense attorney, which is what you guys do all of the time, which is why nobody cares at this point. All right. We got more people want to come up. I do want to have, because we rarely ever have this, I do want to be able to have an open panel before we get out, but we just have so many people coming in and out. We almost don't get a chance to do that. So we're gonna get to let me see who is next. Who is next? I think who did I say was next? Born Power, and then we're gonna get to Big Buddha. Was next.
Yes. Peace and blessing to everybody in the room. Born and raised in New York City. My parents, both of them, are Haitian, and all my family members. So I'm a Haitian American. I wanted to say what that lady said was very ugly. Um, I haven't. I know you guys are on the internet way more than me, so you probably heard Haitians defending her. I haven't, and it's horrible what she said. Like that was that was terrible. And that wasn't the first Haitian I seen on that show that said something, and that also made me question the show in general. Like, where are they finding these Haitians that say these things so bluntly? Like she said it right away, as if I don't know. It did not seem organic to me. You know, that's just my perspective. But the ugliness that came from her mouth, there's no excuse for it. And
Hmm.
that's the basic 100% truth. And for Haitians to say that, knowing how people ridicule us, that didn't make no sense at all, at all, at all. And that's what I wanted to say.
Okay. All right then. You see that? You see how there was no but, no excuse being made. Somewhat. Now let me ask you this question: what do you think of the response? Not just that woman in particular, but the response that you guys
Not a response
that
from
that
everybody
you've
in the
seen a lot
room.
of Haitians and immigrants have.
Oh, the response, like I seen it on the chat. Somebody's trying to say that she's not Haitian, and the reason they're saying that is because of her name. She don't have a French name. So I don't know if that's true or not, but Haitians are doing a lot of research on her. We're gonna find out who her mother is, who named her. We're gonna find all that out, and give it like a week or two. Everybody will know who she is.
Okay, so they don't think she's Haitian.
From my perspective, they feel like that name, no Haitians name their kids. We have a Francois, a Jean, or Ralph. Something somewhere down the line is a Haitian name in there, and none of her name is Haitian. It's not French at all.
Okay. Now
Can I?
this is what I'm talking about. That's kind of like the excuse making I was talking about, because now you guys are trying to discount her from being Haitian.
Yeah, I wanted to
Now,
just
if
tell you
she
the
said
truth
something,
because that's what
hold
I
on.
heard.
Here's the thing. If she said something positive, I want y'all to understand when y'all graduate college, when y'all get a doctorate's degrees, when y'all start a business, when y'all do anything productive, nobody tries to strip your Haitian heritage away. Now, when it's something negative that the community is being held accountable for, now I don't really know if she's Haitian like that because we got French names and her name ain't really
Right.
French like that. Like, y'all trying to strip her Haitian heritage away from her. That, I mean, is y'all don't even have a heritage to put on her. Y'all just trying to say it's not Haitian because y'all don't want the backlash for it. Let's say she's not. Let's say she's not. For
Damn,
the
so ain't
sake
black
of the
FDA.
argument, let's say she's not. She has not been the only Haitian up there saying disrespectful things about Black Americans.
That's a fact, and that's what I'm saying. I'm questioning the show too. So it just seemed clickbait baits to me, baitish, if that's a word. To me, for her to just come out with words.
You said you muted. You're
Sound
muted.
went out. His sound went out. I want to say that we
His
found
time went out. He has a timer.
his
Oh,
sound. I know I got a little whisper, bro. Okay, okay. So there's a video of one of our sisters who showed pictures of her before she basically entered our culture and
mm-hmm.
started dressing and wearing our aesthetics. And comparing it and just talking about her. As far as the names, don't Haitians change their name? Remember the whole African challenge or video series where they say, my African name is such and such, and my American name is Amanda. Don't Haitians do basically the same thing? They
Yeah, a
may
lot of
change
them
their
do. Yeah,
name.
a
Yeah.
lot of them do. You
Think
can't
it-
100% tell just based
Hello?
off of the name alone. I could really see if she had like a Nigerian name and she said she was Haitian. If she had like a Nigerian first and last name, I could see that point. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all really trying to reach to say she's not Haitian because y'all don't want the backlash. even if she wasn't. This is something that she said. And let's be honest, this is not a isolated incident. We've seen videos like this occur time and time and time again. All right. She's not the first or the second Haitian. This ain't the first time. Kai Sanat is a Haitian. The other girl they've had a couple other women up there who've been Haitian. So you want to say it's clickbaiting? No, come on now. This is a thing. Let's not be disingenuous, because that's that excuse making. Like, oh no, I think this is fake or staged. No. Every single Haitian who says something is fake. No, let's not. Come on now, because that doesn't solve anything. We don't actually get to the problem if everybody's sitting up there saying this. Now, if somebody said that about Haitians, y'all wouldn't say it was staged. If somebody was to say something disrespectful about Haitians, y'all wouldn't say it was staged at all. Kai isn't Haitian. Kai said he's Haitian. Kai's family is from Haiti. Why y'all
Kyle
lying?
family is from Haiti, but you got a
Whose
point
family is
there.
from Haiti? Whose family is
Kyle,
from?
Kyle Cassant, whatever.
Yeah, Kai Sanat, Kassant, whatever his name is. His family is from Haiti. Why? See, the fact that when y'all y'all have such a bad habit when it comes to accountability, y'all. Okay?
Well,
Come on,
she's going to
let's
be
not
held
do that.
accountable because she don't represent all of Haiti, but
She doesn't
we're
represent all of Haiti. No one person represents all of anything. Okay, we're mature enough to understand that. Just man to man, we're mature. I get it. No one person doesn't represent all of anything. However, when it is something productive, we see the collective community respond some way. We see you all celebrate. We see you all glorify. We see you all put somebody up on a pedestal when it's a Haitian who does something productive or an immigrant who does something productive. Okay. Yet when it's something negative, y'all don't want to address it. It's I see no evil, hear no evil. And if we're forced to address it, I don't really think they're Haitian. And y'all dipping and dodging out of accountability. Y'all Haitian proud when you want to be, and then you're not when you don't want to be. Like, come on now. But
Oh my God,
we're gonna
Afro.
move
Now they're
on.
like, oh, he was born here.
Can I
But
Oh
okay,
Lord,
so a
oh
person
Lord.
could be
And
can I
born
say
here.
something?
hold on,
Wait. No,
we're gonna
Bellamy,
move on, because we got a
you
lot of
go.
people who need to. We got a lot of people. We got people in the queue. People got to speak.
I'm gonna
Come on,
drop it so you
we
can
gonna
let
be
So
in
somebody
here.
else
I
up.
I'm gonna let you
thank you,
get your
Dan.
final statement out. Give it like a 30 seconds or something, and then we're gonna move on.
Yeah, like all I want to say, we're gonna hold her accountable. If she's Haitian, trust me, we're gonna hold her accountable for that because that was embarrassing to every Haitian that heard that. And I don't think
Okay.
like that, and my family don't. But peace and blessing to you all.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Afro, can I just say this? If your home is Haitian, even if you were born here, you're not cultured American. You're not of the soil. You're still cultured with your parents' ideals and their traditions and culture.
And
Don't blame it on or just try to pass it off as, oh, he was born here. He's still Haitian.
he still
And
he
even if you're
went.
an immigrant, you should be condemning her as well. Immigrant, if you're an immigrant in America, you should be condemning her. Period. Haitian or not.
All right. Let's get to Big Buddha.
Yo, what's up, family? Somebody else jumping off their mic. I'm gonna give them a chance to get that right.
How's your mouth?
You
Nobody.
got
Yeah,
a hot
nobody.
mic. He's a mod. Sorry, Big Buddha.
Yeah, I want to say happy FBA History Month, man. I'm FBA out of Detroit. I want to put up a black fist for Afro Elite being featured in the new film Hidden Color 6. So shout out to you for that, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Wait, you went hitting. Wait, Afro, why I didn't know?
No, I'm not.
You're
So
not. I saw you in the
Oh,
picture
he
with
wasn't.
Tariq
Oh, okay. I was about
and
to say.
CEO for the filming. Was you in the filming of the new film?
no.
Well, that's my bad. Damn, I'm sorry about that, man. Well,
Hmm.
anyway, I just wanted to address this disrespect that we see in coming forth. So, the issue that's happening, this is resentment. That lady calling us dirty is tied to the other lady sending out threats and stuff. This is not no isolated incident. All this delineation stuff is reaching people's real lives as far as people noticing that they're not from here. They're Lace fronts are not working, do rags are not working. We can still see you. We can still tell you're from somewhere else. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being from another country, but you don't have to be entitled to blend in with us. That you're not entitled to be a black American just because you've been here some years. You see what I'm saying? Um, you're not going to bully us into stopping delineation. You're not going to insult us into calling it all off. Like it's no reversing it now. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, respect your own culture enough to have some dignity about yourself to where you don't feel like you got to insult us during Black History Month, which is ridiculous. Right when we're trying to be positive and celebrate our history, here you come throwing all types of ridiculous insults and accusations at us. Just because we want to take care of our own lineage and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. And you guys gotta stop gaslighting us like this is something a Republican agenda or something like that. It ain't got nothing to do with no MAGA nothing. This is us taking care of ourselves and looking for resources for our own group. There's nothing wrong with that. And I just want to land with that.
Yeah, that's true. Notice how people talk about, and I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna get to the next speaker. We're gonna get to Ball Army or Battle. I don't know how to pronounce it right, but notice how they say we used to bully them all the time. And particularly Haitians make that argument that we used to, as Black Americans, for no reason whatsoever, unwarranted, bully them, harass them, beat them, all that. Right? They make that excuse, yet all we see is hostility and animosity and vitriol coming from them towards us. You don't have, we got clip after clip after clip after podcast after interview after this person, after that person, after this politician, after this celebrity saying stuff about us. You don't see Black Americans really saying anything. Y'all don't really have clips or any type of evidence or anything like that to substantiate us having this bullying and vitriol towards you all. The only people who have evidence is us. We got all the receipts of everybody against us. Yet y'all want to make this excuse that, hold on, you got to understand, in high school or in middle school rather, I'm like, the more I'm starting to think about it, the less and less that makes any sense, honestly. It makes less sense the more you think about that. Because the only hate that we see in 2026, 2025, 2024, all of that is from them to us. It's not even reciprocal. Now, with that being said, let's get to Bellarmine.
Yes, sir. How we guys doing today?
We're good. How you doing? And where are
Doing
you
well,
from?
sir. I'm Jamaican American.
All right.
Uh, both parents Jamaican. Was born in Jamaica as well.
Okay. You were born there? Okay.
Um, yes, sir. So I just wanted to say, not because you don't see something, brother, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So let me start there. And also, what she said was very disheartening. It was vulgar, mean, and it was uncalled for. In terms of the accountability component, there should be some level of accountability, 100%. But to the guy that came up, the Haitian that came up here, and he spoke on a situation, they have the right to make that investigation to see if she's really Haitian or not, and to hold her accountable. If she's not Haitian, and this is a clickbaity thing, they should will want to do that investigation. So you can't say, oh, they shouldn't do this X, Y, and Z. If she's not, it should be found out. That's fair, right?
Okay.
So in terms of the rhetoric, a lot of people are taking stuff on a personal level because it seems to be, even though it's not a personal attack on individuals. It's just more of the diaspora where people come from, immigrants, Black Americans, X, Y, and Z. But it's not. It's hard not to take things personal. When you hear words like tethers and leeches, X, Y, and Z, it's hard not to take that personal. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm saying I'm all for the movement. I want Black Americans to get everything they possibly can get. You know what I mean? And they deserve that, right? Well, whatever they deserve, they should be able to get because
One minute,
that makes
one
black
minute,
people.
1 minute, Bellamy, 1 minute. You were just in the chat calling us beggars. I've seen you on panels before, even interacted with you. In the matter of us demanding our reparations, you called us beggars. You just said it in the chat. So don't come up here trying to sugarcoat anything.
So
If you want to talk about accountability, please take
hold on.
accountability for some of
Let
the
me get
trolling
there.
that
Let
you
me get
have
there.
done in
Let me get
regards
there.
to my people.
Okay, let me get there. Let me get there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's fair, right? I did say that, right? I did say that in the chat. Mostly because I mean I was a little sour of being dropped, but again, a lot of the rhetoric is saying that okay, we come here and we have a level of advantages that you guys don't have, right? And
Okay. Well,
which is
let's
false,
get to
right?
first off.
A
Let's get
baseline
to
that is
let's
false.
hold on.
Okay,
Let's get to the whole thing. What I said before about the other guy, the Haitian guy, who was all like, "Well, we're checking to see if she's actually really Haitian." People have pulled up receipts of her. Yeah, she is Haitian. Okay. But I said, even if she's not, what about all of the other cases? That's the problem. Okay. The problem is not that one individual. If it was a one off, then fine. But the thing is that we're seeing a pattern of behavior. Okay. Coming from a certain demographic of people. And then when we say it, instead of taking accountability, which is going to get you guys to change that behavior, you guys are trying to strip them from their Haitian heritage. All right. And I can't help but notice the inconsistency and the hypocrisy with that, because when they graduate high school, when they become a doctor, when they do all of this and all of that, y'all don't double check if they're Haitian. Y'all don't. Okay, so then when they do something negative, now y'all want to hold on. Her name ain't French. Okay, I said I can't help but notice that. She might not be, but all of the other times you can't say Casanat isn't. You can't say the other women they brought up isn't. So that's why I brought that up, because that's your way of trying to evade accountability. That's why I brought that up. All right.
and that's fair,
Now to
brother.
the other
I can
thing.
admit
To
that's
the
fair.
other thing. Hold on. Let's get to the
Okay,
begging part, right? Us demanding reparations is begging.
That- I'm all for reparations, brother. I'm
Is
all
it
for it.
begging?
That I'm
Is it
for.
begging? Is it
No,
begging?
no, no,
Are
no,
we
no, no, no,
begging for
no, 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 no,
reparations?
no, 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 no. The thing is, the issue is what I have is okay. They get nothing, which I'm not looking for any reparations. Me personally, I'm good,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm not looking
Mm-hmm.
for any reparations. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just the rhetoric around it is where I take issue. It's like the negative rhetoric calling people leeches and tethers and X, Y, and thus forth, make it seem as if why are you doing that? Well, why the need to do that?
Well, why are you focused on the label instead of the action that is making the label necessary? These people
But
are
what
coming
is the
here and
action?
the action is they're coming here and tethering themselves to our culture and undermining us. That's what you should be focused on, but you're focused on a label? Are we supposed to call it friendship? What are we
You just
talking
have to
about? If you're
sit
getting
back
up
So
and
on our
wait the
political, if
time.
you're getting in our political space and saying we don't deserve reparations and you don't even have a claim to reparations, are we supposed to call that allies? Are we supposed to call them buddies? No, you're a tether. What are you talking
okay,
about? No. So yes, you're over
let me
here
rebuttal on
undermining us.
that.
We're going to call you leeches, the tethers that you are. You're focused on the wrong thing, sir. That's the damn problem.
I
You
guess.
are literally you are actually being, displaying the epitome of what the fucking topic is right now. Because you're so
Okay.
busy worried about our response to the action that's happening to us. Worry about what's happening on your end, on these tethers end. And then you
Okay.
wouldn't have to worry about these labels. Because
Okay.
the FBAs, the non-FBAs that are on code aren't being called tethers. So please check your own people. You worry about the wrong thing, sir. That's the point.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let me say
What
this.
what state do you live in?
I live in New York, sir.
You live in New York City.
Mm,
Okay.
mm,
And
Okay.
you were born
Hey,
in
Justin.
Jamaica. You were born in Jamaica,
Yes, I
and
was.
you and your parents were able to move to New York City and pretty much start a new life. Now, that's not something that your parents put together. That's something that your parents just came to. It's not something that your grandparents put together. It's something that they just came to. Okay?
Okay,
They didn't put that
what did they
together.
come to?
My
What did they come to?
hold on. My ancestry put that together. My lineage put that together, and you are benefiting, okay, from the work of our lineage.
Fair.
And then when you get into a bad mood, when you're upset that you were dropped from the panel, you're going to mock the reparations of the people who put the stepping stones here for you to even be in New York City in the first place. And now you're upset because
That's not fair.
Tether, hold on, you're upset because Tether hits too close to home. Tether is too personal. Tether is too offensive. You see that?
Precisely.
Do you see
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Do you
Because
see
how
the
could you? No.
disrespect?
Let me ask a
The
question. Can I ask a
No,
disrespect,
no,
question?
hold
don't
on, the
ask no question.
disrespect and you mocking, okay? Because when you talk about reparations, you're not just talking about me or anybody on this panel. You're talking about the entire lineage stemming from slavery all the way up until the present date. When you do
And what
that,
did I say about that?
when you
Wait, hold
mocked
on, Bunny.
reparations, calling it begging instead of actually us getting what we deserve, that's what you did. That is what you did.
And
Okay,
before
and
you
now you're
talk,
gonna sit up there and
Element,
talk about us calling you or us saying, because nobody called you a tether in this panel, us saying the word tether is too far.
so I don't think it's
Can I?
far
Can I
enough, right?
rebuttal?
As they no, because I actually dissent. I dissent from those who were enslaved in New York. What would become New York? We predate New York, right? So I am directly impacted by anything that happens here, right? And I'm also watching my reparations hearings, right? And I'm seeing Jamaicans who say they do so much better than us come up to our hearings if they're not even sitting on that commission and we're being railroaded by your people. I think calling y'all tethers is the nicest thing that I can do to you or for you or about you, right? But here's the real of it. I don't know how long you've been in the room. I kept it to how y'all have harmed us systemically. I even went to how y'all locked us out of home ownership since you've been able to migrate here, right? I said all these things that causes harm to my people, not to mention if you're in New York, you are a colonizer to my community. You are a gentrifier. You put out a triple effect for foundational Black Americans there, because now we are displaced and we are moved about the city, and y'all are sitting there talking about how y'all had the biggest homes on the block when y'all moved there because y'all railroaded us. Y'all don't get credit for hard work. Y'all are manipulating us here. And to see y'all say these things on these panels, but be in our reparations hearings, demanding that y'all be on our claim, sir, is diabolical to me. I gotta look at people, right? Say New York is Tetherville because of people like you. Totally, my ancestors who were enslaved here are overlooked. But it was their bodies, the first one on Wall Street, sir. You are disrespectful, and you have brought down the social value of New York. How am I supposed to feel about that? And you crying over being dropped from a damn panel? So now you want to call us beggars? Tell your people, if you really want to help, stay out of our reparations hearings. They ain't entitled to that. Do I? Am I saying Jamaica doesn't need to be repaired? They don't deserve reparations? Not off of our claim and not from our government. You got to fight the Brits. And guess what, y'all? They just went to the UN to speak to the Brits in April. And a Black American in opposition of CARICOM speaking to the Brits was
God.
there. If anything, we've been trying to ally with them. Well, our people, the Pan Africans, right? But at this rate, I'm just like over the Caribbean right now because I would have never believed there was a showers posse, right? I ain't find about that until I was older. I could never believe that y'all would have locked us out of home ownership. These are things that y'all did to us. What track record do
Yes,
we have
ma'am.
of harming Jamaicans? You're Jamaican. What track record
Yes,
do we
ma'am.
have of harming y'all? Y'all had a whole GANG here to harm us.
Lord.
What are we talking about?
Okay. Are
Apologize
you
for that
complete?
statement. Apologize for that statement.
Apologize for what?
For the statement you made.
What statement?
You don't know what have we been talking about? Is your brain smooth? What have we been talking about
My
for the last
brain's
5
very
minutes?
smooth, brother.
Okay.
Y'all sold us
He
out
delayed.
Do
during the
y'all see?
Crown Heights
I
So
just
scandal.
said
hold
apologize, and
on.
he's what
She
statement? You know what you
apologized for
said.
what? She said things. You said things. All the people on the panel have said things.
Y'all
Why
see
do I have to
that?
apologize? Do you guys apologize?
Oh,
Y'all
look
see
at
We ain't
that?
got
that.
nothing to
Hey,
Apologize,
apologize
hey.
for.
Kanan.
Oh no,
I
no,
just
Apologize
want
for
you to
what you
this is a
said.
understand. Just
panel and
want you
this
to
is the
understand all
internet,
that
and we feel like
kumbaya, all
we
that
got
energy, and all that
power.
stuff. All that. Come on now. Okay. All right.
Can I speak now?
No, you can go.
Okay.
The hell.
All right. Do y'all see that? A simple apology, like, "Oh, my bad. I was in the bad." Do y'all see that? Okay. All right. Y'all really
And
not
I
looking good so far.
and in the matter of Jamaicans, Sister Keisha is in the chat though. Black Talk Worldview, and she's very heavy in the community here. Has actually fought four Caribbeans who were harmed in New York, and she was just commenting. Read her comments. How they sold us out during the Crown Heights RIOTS protests. Right? They sold us out. Jamaicans.
We're gonna
And he's
move
out
on
there
because
calling us beggars.
I do want to get you. I do want to be able to have an open panel, and we got a few people. We got like 5 people in the queue, so we're gonna get you. Size fluid. Go ahead. Size, you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
How you
Um,
doing?
to answer the question, was I outraged? Of course, my family has been here since before the 1600s. I am black all the way, and I actually don't even consider myself black. I consider myself indigenous. And I just find it funny how this in the last 2 weeks there has been something said from African side about putting stuff on their chest and taking us out, and then you had the Jamaicans over there making movies about I guess just I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get a violation. So you have
Yeah.
Jamaicans saying one thing, and then you have Africans doing one thing, and then now you have Haitians doing something else. Like it's really weird, and it feels very spiritual to me. And I'm just at a point where it's like, okay, I'm looking at that, and then I'm also looking at our history. So now they erased the inventor of peanut butter. Like, and now it's just like, okay, so what's really going on? So like I said, I'm looking at it more spiritual. This is more spiritual than anything to me. And I don't know if somebody CIA or whatever is paying people off to get online and provoke us in this manner to harness energy or what, but I don't know. Excuse me, I don't know, but it's getting really weird.
Yeah. It is.
No,
It
for
is.
sure.
This is weird, and this ain't clickbait or nothing like that. Like the other guy was trying to make it seem.
No, I don't think it's clickbait at all.
No.
And then learning that Kyle was half Haitian and half white, it just makes so much sense that he wouldn't defend us at all. Even when a lot of quote unquote Black Americans was waking up, because like I said, I don't like the term black because you don't get anything from calling yourself black. You're indigenous. So when he was, when everybody was, talking about like,
No,
hey,
no, no, no,
do you
no. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Here is an FBA space. We allow
no,
the
no, no, I'm
American
not just
Indians
as
and the
a Black
indigenous to
American.
identify as they were, but don't say you're not black, you're indigenous. Like, don't do that to us. Because
Well,
we
I
don't
don't
do
mean to.
that to y'all.
I'm not, y'all. Wait a minute. I'm black also, but I'm just saying you don't get any benefits as far as from the government. If you do research, you don't really get benefits from calling yourself a
So
color.
Okay.
how
Okay.
did
All right.
the Bay get reparations?
That's your stance on it. All right, and we get that. Okay. We still call it. I mean,
I mean, to identify, I
we're
see
that
that we
because
both.
we're gonna veer off in a whole nother thing, and I'm not trying to
Yeah.
veer off into another subject because that's a whole nother live. Okay,
Okay,
we
thank you,
black and
guys.
proud here. So, but so we gonna move. We gonna let you finish your statement. How about that?
That was it. I'm not trying to disrespect
Okay.
nobody, and I do know that my family is black, but to learn that we were indigenous and that we're old stuff, if we say that we're indigenous, we're able to get our land and stuff, but calling ourselves, like you said, that's another Story
Yep,
for
that's
another
another
day.
conversation.
But
All right.
yeah, like I said, I just feel like it's more spiritual than anything. I think that this is all a spiritual attack from all corners.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That's indeed. All right, let's get to now. We're gonna get to Miss Dory Empress. Is
Hi,
it
my name
Dory?
is Mika Dor. How you guys doing?
Mika. I thought that was okay. Yeah, I didn't say that.
Mika,
I'm
yes,
good. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I just kind of was listening to everything that the panel was saying for a little bit, and I am Haitian. My parents are both from Haiti. I was born in the Bahamas, and my stance on this whole thing is I don't care if that lady was an agent. I don't care what she was. We have to understand as Haitians, I have heard the discussion about exactly what she was saying. So we can't sit up here and act like we have never heard our counterparts, or not even our counterparts, our family members talk like that. But my thing is, what do you say to your family members? And what do you say to the other people who talk like that? Because how do you come into somebody's house and claim that everything in that house is yours? You didn't lay down a foundation for none of this. And for me, I understand the history, and it's like, how do you ask for something that you have no claims to? This is not our country. I don't care how long you've been here. I don't care. You are Haitian. Your blood is in Haiti. It's not in the Americas. So let's get that straight. The American people, the Black Americans, this is their country. When you come into somebody's house, you have to respect that house. I don't care what your mama said, what your grandmother said, what you learned, what you experienced. You have to respect those people that are in that house, or you get put out. That's how I look at it. And when I was listening to BK, and I think ZZ, and I think that your passion, because it's not, I don't think it's, I don't want to say rage, but your passion is warranted for that, because you have to stick up for your people, because people are making excuses. And it's like, no, stop gaslighting and talk what it is. Say what it is. Like, let's stop playing around and acting like children. We're not children. The people, I've been here since I've been 3 years old. Okay. I am grateful to be here because I see what Haiti is like. Why would I see and understand the oppression that the Black Americans here have suffered, for me to go back and call anybody a dirty Black American or this or that when you are on their soil? You are disrespecting the spirit of that soil, the blood of that soil. You are disrespecting it. If you don't like it, go to your country, go back to Haiti, go back to wherever you want to go. But don't talk about the people on the land that you sit on, that you reap from, because some of us have businesses, and who are the patrons of those businesses? Most of them are Black Americans. And I bet if Black Americans would pull their money from all these Haitian businesses or Jamaican immigrant businesses, they would not have a business. So what are we talking about here? What are we really talking about here? Like, let's stop being fake. Let's stop being so emotional. Take your emotion out of it and say what it is, because we've all seen what it is. We've all heard the parents talk about Black Americans. Don't date a Black American. We've heard it before. So let's not act like this is the first time we're hearing. I don't care where that girl came from. She said what she said. She should be held accountable for what she said. And Haitians need to be held accountable too, because stop acting like you don't know that this is going on. This has been going on forever. Okay? It didn't just start with our generation. It's been there. Everybody think they're bigger and better than the program that are not from here. And that's what pisses me off, because it's like we're grown, act grown. Like, you're not dumb, you're not slow. You know exactly what's going on. You benefit. I benefit. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, I don't benefit from this and I don't know no, you know exactly what's going on. So I just, like, for all the Haitians that's here, half of y'all don't even come here and try to speak the language. You still try to keep your language. If that's the case, go back to where you feel like you're most comfortable. People should not have to conform to you in a place where their ancestors bled, where their ancestors built. That don't make sense to me. And for me, I don't stand with that at all. I teach my children. I even teach my parents. Like, no. Do you know why this is how it is? This is the reason. You have to respect the people who laid the foundation for you to be here. Cause it damn sure wasn't no white people. Excuse me. I don't know if we could say, but
Say
it
white
wasn't
tea
them.
next time, but I feel you say white tea. Just
White tea.
Uh-huh.
So you wouldn't be here on this land, reaping from this land, if the Black Americans didn't do what they did and what their ancestors did. They died for us to be here. So it's more than just I guess it is a rage, because it's like, do you understand what my ancestors had to go through for you to be here and for you to talk disrespect to us? Like, y'all need to be handled. Like, I'm tired of that sweet giving, like, no, y'all need to be handled. Everybody who feel that way about anybody who's in their country, they need to go back to their country. Go handle the political affairs in your country before you try to put your nose in somebody else's business. This is not your business. This is not your business. Reparation is not our business. Okay? And I'm sorry, I'm just a little, but I just wanted to say that because it really pissed me off just listening to people gaslighting and acting like that. This is not something that has been like for years and years and years. I've been hearing the same thing. You go to a job, people might think I don't speak Creole. I listen to them talk. I listen to them talk and I have to check them and be like, why would you even say something like that? You're coming here, you're begging to be here. Some of y'all died to be here. Some of y'all families died while they was crossing that damn ocean. And you sit here and you tell
The
me.
D word.
The language.
Oh, I'm
Word you
sorry. I'm
can't
so
say.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yep. No worries. It's
And
okay.
I see somebody
and
talking about
BX.
fake
My
Haitian.
name is BX. My name is BX, y'all. Not
Yeah, you
BK,
did say
BX.
BK like this was Burger
Oh,
King.
I'm
This
so sorry.
I ain't even hear that.
BX. And I see somebody talking about it's fake Haitian. Let me tell you something. You the fake Haitian. Okay? Because if you understood even the struggle in Haiti, you would not come to somebody else's country and talk and be disrespectful how you are. Okay? So you don't even understand how that works for you to call somebody a fake Haitian. I don't care what you call me, but I'm going to stand up for what I believe is right, period, at the end of the day. I don't care if I was purple, yellow, or a damn chameleon. I don't care. You stand up for what is right. And that's what I'm always going to do. And I teach my kids. I teach my family members. I got some people in from Biden. I tell them real quick,
So I got a question. Did you go to the Yo Haitians panels and did you say that when you on their panels, or you just coming here to tell us this? Did you go to the panels where they were dragging us and talking about us, or did you come here to shift the conversation up off y'all, to get the heat up off y'all back? Because I don't fall for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I see a lot of these panels going on here, and they be talking about us like a dog, and I don't see not one of y'all over there checking your own people.
So,
but Halo, you come over here to check your own people, but this ain't the place to check them. The place to check them is the panels that's going on about us. So did you go over there to their panels?
Okay, Halo, I see where you're going, and you deserve to talk to me like that, because this is the first time I have been on a panel about this conversation. So while I was on TikTok and I'm scrolling, I see that you guys are on here, and I wanted to come on here and talk. And that's not to say that if there's a panel, another person talking about this, I will go on that panel. That's not to say that I'm just on here just to shift. I'm not shifting nothing.
But I'm be honest with you. I'm be honest. They gonna catch this work today. So
and I agree with you. And I don't
up here saying what they did. That you shouldn't be telling us that. We know. We already know this.
No,
you need to go tell your people.
Okay.
But my conversation, Halo,
we're gonna
what I was saying, Halo, was to the people that is in the comments and the Haitians that came on here. So I'm not really talking to you. I'm talking to them who are coming on here and gaslighting the situation. You get what I'm trying to say? Because I understand, but I'm talking to them because they come on here asking, feeling like they deserve reparations, feeling like they deserve some respect when they're not giving the respect. That's all I came up here to say.
All right. Okay, cool. We're going to move on. The next person, Halo, you got it. You go ahead. And then we're going to get to Denzimus.
How y'all doing?
Fly, and then Sheila.
I've been working, y'all. I've been on I be traveling and working. So
It's
that's why
been a
I'm like right
minute
now,
since
I'm
we
at work
seen you,
right
Halo.
now.
I know
Nah,
we've
for
been
real, on the
gone for a
panel.
minute,
Yeah,
but we ain't
I'm
seen you in
at,
a hot minute.
I know. I'm
Where
at
you
work right
been?
now. So look, I'm low key at work right now. See, I'm traveling. But anyways, like I was saying, like the old chick that was just talking and stuff. I mean, I get that, but I be strolling, even though I be off TikTok, I've been off TikTok, not really on panels. I actually been alert to the panels that's been going around, and they have this particular subject up, and it's us discussing this. So you saying this is the first time you ran across this type of conversation when you run into an FBA panel? See, I just get confused here because a lot of y'all come up here and y'all say, yeah, they shouldn't be doing this and they shouldn't be doing that. So why do you need to tell us that? We're not, you need to tell them that. The word need to be given over there on the other side, because a lot of these people thinking that they freed us and all this crap, this little bull crap history that they saying, I mean, that needs to be given to them. We already know the truth. We already know this. And then a lot of times I feel like people like you come up here, shifting the conversation, trying to get the heat off of your back and trying to get us to not talk about things so harshly. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm not changing my talking point. And if you get offended, that's on you, because a lot of my people was offended when she got up there and called us some dirty Black Americans, which a mud cookie eating mother uffer couldn't say nothing dirty about us over here, baby. We don't come from trash, floating trash. We turn trash into diamonds like we did when we were put in slavery. See, y'all didn't do that. Okay, and the whole thing about 1804, you lost, you so-called won, and then you lost again. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm gonna let y'all know right now, you didn't free us. We don't need you up here to tell us about anything. We need you to go take that information and take it to your mud hut where you came from, because I really don't care no more. You're not finna talk ish about my people and think you ain't finna get this work, because I don't really care. You can't call us dirty and you over there swirling around dirt, turning it into a meal. So my whole thing is I don't fall for that. I don't fall for that. It's too many of y'all coming up here trying to act like y'all down with us, but you ain't going on to the panels that's dragging us right now and trying to say anything over there. You come over here to tell us that, and I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it. I'm sorry. I done heard it too many times. I've been on this app for almost over a year now. It's been the same thing over and over and over, and I'm not falling for it. Next minute you're telling us this. The next minute you on the app on a panel talking about us too. So I don't fall for it. I got to keep my guards up at this point. So it is what it is. At this point, Black Americans, we got to keep FBAs. We got to keep our guards up. We can't fall for the okie doke no more. We can't. It is what it is. You're going to have to pay for something more than that. Coming up over here telling us this. You're going to have to go on over there to another panel and tell them that. Because we already know. We know what we are. We know what we desire. We know what we done in this land. We already know what we about. You need to go tell the mud cookie eating babies that. The really dirty people. The people who eat dirt. That's who you need to tell that. Not us clean Black Americans, because we don't eat dirt. We not swirling around making bacon. My grandma cooked me peanut butter cookies, chocolate cookies, but I ain't never seen a mud cookie. That's just what it is. So don't come telling me nothing. I wear deodorant every day. Okay? It ain't hard for me to purchase deodorant. But I'm gonna land my plane. It is what it is. I got my guards up. And I ain't falling for it.
I feel, I can't even be mad at the hesitation, because a lot of them do come up here and try fake cape or fake check their people and don't really mean it. That's why I really didn't respond to her. I let her kind of go on, because a lot of times you let them go on, they go and expose themselves anyways. But I don't think she said nothing crazy. I think she was all right. I ain't gonna say she on code or she an ally, no shit like that. But she was all right.
Nothing I already know. I'm sorry, ma'am. You need to tell that to the people who don't know.
But I get it, because you're absolutely correct. She should be talking to Asians. They don't be up there.
Did you go to any one of them panels? You just so happen to stroll and see this one particular panel. I'm not trying to hear it.
I feel it. She might follow one of us, or she might follow somebody up in this somebody on this panel. To be honest, or be aware, ghost following for that. But again, I'm not mad at Haitians or non-FBAs checking their own people. You ain't about to come up here and try to check one of us. That's a different conversation. But if you gonna check your own and they off code and they on some tether shit, then I'm cool with that. I'm not about to fake that. But at some point, they always expose their hands. So I'm not really, we ain't got it. We don't got it. She, especially she, cause she ain't barking back. She barking back. She ain't really say nothing back to you, no shit like that. She seemed like she trying. She trying to keep up, effective, keep the
That's
funk up, and she
fine.
is
That's
trying
fine. I
to.
just had to put
So we
that
gonna
out
let,
there.
you know.
Cause you know it's some nice FBAs out here ain't did nothing either, and they was sitting on. She sat on that podcast with her airplane, bell pepper nose, and cock eyes, and said that we were some dirty black Americans. Like she was cute, had her hair style in her head with a little speed bump up there where she had to try to scoop it all together, but it wouldn't come together. It was a little speed bump because she got little pieces of hair. But yeah, you offended my people. I'm doing the same. You ain't finna speak that peace mess to me. I'm gonna give out the same energy. Y'all ride together. I'm gonna ride with mine. At the end of the day, if I offended you, oh well. Did she care when she offended my nice FBA people who don't talk about nobody and just mind their business? No. So guess what? I'm gonna be the one to do it.
All right.
That's
Now
exactly.
we got, hold on, everybody. We got over 600 people in this room right now. Okay. And we don't even have 100,000 likes. I'm a little hurt by that. I'm a little bothered. Can we tap the screen, please? And we got a lot of people in the queue. We got to get our brothers and sisters up here in the queue. So we're going to have to keep the panel flowing, keep the panel cycling. We still got 3 people who haven't spoke at all. So we're going to have to keep things flowing, keep things cycling. So let me just let some folk, anybody want to drop or no? Because I might just have to take people down.
I can drop because I gotta go do some. I'm busy right now anyway, so I'm gonna
All right.
drop.
Okay, cool. All right. Well,
Okay.
come back
Love
often.
you, Halo.
Don't be gone too
Okay,
long.
I
Oh
will.
my God.
I'll come back often. I just been working, so I
Okay.
got y'all. I got y'all.
Safe travels.
Okay.
I'll drop as well. Thank you guys for
Okay.
having
Thank
me.
you. Thank you. Appreciate your statement. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, you just gotta. All right. Appreciate that.
That
Appreciate that.
energy about Halo Afrobeat.
You said what?
Halo, let me tell you, that energy that Halo has, she's been that way since I met her. Day one, when she jumped her tail up on Shabu's panel when I was going back and forth with a Latina about hip hop in New York. You know what I'm saying? So we just know that Halo gonna jump up here and ride for her people. That
Yeah.
it just is what it is, and we need her voice.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we
need
need voices
voices
like
like that.
Halo.
Period. That's all. I'm like, it's still justified. I
Yeah.
get it. Shit, we gotta have that energy. Just because if they got that energy, we gotta have that energy too. Point blank. Period. So yeah, it is what it is.
Yep. But we got to keep because we still got we got all of a sudden we got a whole bunch of people want to speak and we haven't had people speak yet. So, like I said, we're gonna get to Denzi. I still want to have an open panel if we can do that later on. Let's get to Denzimus and then Fly and then Leah.
Hey, Afro. Oh wow. That was the first time ever seeing Halo. Her reputation precedes her. Just wow. So to talk also, I hope you're doing good today. Hope you ZZ and BX are doing good today.
Yes, thank
Just
you.
yes. So this topic, wow, I've had good experiences with Haitians in person.
Mm-hmm.
In person. Unfortunately, online, that's another thing. I'm gonna make it quick. I'm gonna just say this. I am not about to sit here and have my ancestors be insulted by a bunch of people. Okay? I'm not about to be, I will be damned if I sit here and be insulted by people who can sponsor Goodyear tires because they make flip flops out of the worn, torn tires. Okay? I'm not about to go for that. You come over to this country, okay? Your country is your president. We know who's done the things to their president. We know who keeps economically destroying their country, okay? We are the only group on this planet, as far as I know, that have built something to where people can come over and thrive. If these other groups could do that, they wouldn't be over here. I don't know why it's so hard for them to understand this. Well, maybe they do understand this, but the arrogance just precedes them. All of this tribalism stuff is the reason why their countries are unfortunately becoming failed states. And they come over here thinking that they're better than us when at the end of the day, we are the reason why not only they're able to eat, we're the reason why they can breathe, we're the reason why they can sleep in this country. Okay? All of those, they exist peacefully in this country because our ancestors fought for it. If it weren't for that, their asses would be over there with, they would be in Haiti over there with barbecue or whatever, getting macheted, if I'm allowed to say that. They would be getting machete. They would be getting strange fruited or whatever other degenerate shit that happens in their country. So, yeah, I'm just over it at this point. You know, the fact that that woman had the nerve to say she wanted all of us to be pew pewed in a manner all together in one place. That was just, I just like, I don't know what type of level of depravity your mind has to go to say something like that, but she gets no forgiveness from me. She didn't even apologize. She low-key doubled down on it. And the same thing with this girl who got up on that panel talking about dirty black Americans. I'm like, really, honey? You like one step below India. You like, come on now. But that's that's all I'm gonna say for now, if you don't mind.
All right,
I'm
appreciate
just
that.
over these people.
I I get it. I get it. I do get it. Look, let me tell you this. This is not personal. What we do here, what I do here is not personal. Everything I do, everybody I talk about or whatever the case is, that's not personal. This is about business. This is about getting stuff done. Okay. This is about solving problems. Okay. I don't have a personal issue with anybody. Okay. However, if they're a problem, I don't care if I don't have a personal issue with them. All right. It's my job. I feel like it is. I don't even feel like it is my job to address that. All right. I don't have to be personally offended, or I've never had like a negative interaction with a Haitian, right? However, when I see it being done, period, now it's my job to address it. And feelings are out the equation as far as I'm concerned. So everybody, let's
Right.
get out their feelings, because this is an issue that is only getting worse. I said that in the last live. I said, with all of the propaganda that y'all try to excuse off on other nations, we're seeing this happening more frequently. And this is happening worse and worse. They're saying more bigoted things, the more viral things. They're getting worse and worse at it. Okay. This problem is escalating. So it doesn't matter if we can have our own cool personal relationships, whatever. However, we have to understand that it is our responsibility as people within a lineage to address this and call it out and stop it. All right.
Okay. Can I
Yeah, and
have a
another
motion, please?
thing,
Excuse me.
Hold on, ma'am.
Can
Hold
I
on,
have a
ma'am.
motion, please? Excuse me. Can
Ma'am.
I? Yes.
Hold on, because you was the last to come up. Now,
Yes.
everybody else hasn't spoken yet, so we gonna get
um,
to you.
another thing I wanted to say real quick. I don't want to hear anything from Haitian people, the tether class, about how they fought for their freedom and how their ancestors beat the French. Y'all aren't those people anymore. Unfortunately, unfortunately, y'all wiped out your fighting class. Okay, I don't want to hear that no more. Y'all are over there tuning it out right now. That's why your country is as ravaged like it is now. I don't want to hear it. We're still fighting. Y'all, we're still fighting. We're still fighting the white tea supremacists. Y'all are damn near bowing down to them.
All right. Yep. Listen, let me tell you something. A solid person. I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna move on. Okay. I appreciate y'all patience. I really, really do. A solid person. Charleston White said something one time. I'm gonna say this real quick. He said this one time. He was all like, "I used to be an activist and I used to fight for black rights and all of that, but they just kind of beat it out of me. It's gone. It's as I used to be like that, but that spirit died." I disagree with that. If it's really inside you, it doesn't die. Okay. If fighting for your people, fighting for justice, if that's really in your heart, in your core, it's not something that fades away. Do you understand? If Malcolm X and Dr. King were alive today, they would still be doing the same things that they were doing back in the 1960s. Those things don't fade away. Real people, real people, the fight for justice and their people and righteousness doesn't ever fade away. It might change. You might learn some things and change your tactics or your talking points or whatever, but it doesn't fade. You don't be like, I don't care no more. That won't happen. If it does, you were never truly in it like that in the first place. All right. So when we talk about these people want to bring up their ancestors, but you see the heart that their ancestors have, they don't have. You can see that by how they act when they get here. That urge and that drive for justice and righteousness, they don't have when they come here. Most of them don't. They don't. They don't have it there. They don't have it here. So yeah, they can bring up all of the stuff that their ancestors did, and I will give credit where credit is due to them, not you. Because I can see there's a night and day difference between the two. Let's go to Leah. Leah, you can unmute yourself.
Stella? Do you mean Stella?
Stella.
Stella. I'm telling Miss Niecy. I see what's missing from your picture of your face there. I see it.
Okay. The glasses, the glare gets on my glass. Y'all gotta understand. The glare get on my glasses. Okay. Don't tell on me, please, BX. You can go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay. Well, yeah, you can go ahead.
I'll send her.
I thought she. Okay. Well, we'll move on then. We'll get to foundational, and then we'll try to circle back.
Peace to the fam. Peace, Afro League. Thank you so much for having this live. ZZ, BX, ZZ. I'm gonna try to chill so I don't mess nothing up and jump in front. I apologize in advance. But shout outs to my brother Afro, because I was gonna make a live like this today. With this topic, I try to fall back. I said it. I did see her say that about Black Americans. I decided to make a video about that. So I'm gonna fall back a little bit. But then I started seeing the responses saying that, oh, you guys shouldn't talk like that, and you guys should not respond like that, and you guys should, it was just one person. Why are you? I'm like, hold on. Instead of saying, as a Haitian, this is wrong, let me go ahead and say this is this. You're trying to gaslight and tell us how we should respond. And I went to a few lives and I tried to talk on the lives. What they started doing, they started yelling over me, screaming, and I was cordial. I didn't say no mud cookies. I ain't say none of that, right? My bad, I had to fix the connection. I was trying to be cordial and have a real conversation. I'm getting talked over, screamed over. They siding with Africans. Africans say, yeah, them Black Americans, this, that, and that. And I'm like, oh, okay. So y'all don't really care about what she said. Y'all just want to make sure we put the mittens on when we respond. Y'all want to sit back and then say whatever you want to say, but we got to make sure we have mittens on when we respond back. Y'all want to dictate and control how we respond. So you don't go after the action. You're more focused on the reaction. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So this is the problem. The quiet majority sit back and allow the loud minority to run rampant. Only until we respond, that's when the quiet majority come out the bushes and want to say something. Other than that, they sit back and let them rock. So when people say, well, y'all mad over one person. No, this is not just one person. Because remember, when she first went in that interview, she was walking in to the interview, which means she started off with the disrespect. And it came off easily. It wasn't like somebody provoked or something. It came, which means this is her everyday conversation. This is something she say on a day-to-day basis. She lives in New York, so we know how they talk when they around their kinfolk. That's why it came out so. When you could come out with something so easy like that, that means something that you're used to saying on a day-to-day basis. Like that was no thought or nothing. It was like, let me think about it, or it was a quick draw McGraw. She said, where you from? What? You dirty Black American? Oh, hold on. What you mean? It was a quick draw McGraw, family. It was no thought behind it, nothing, which means this is her everyday conversation and then the way she talked. So what that showed me is the fact that they are on code and they all speak like that. And they try to act like, well, it's one person, it's not that serious. Well, if it was just one person, not that serious, we should see loads and loads of videos of Haitians saying, as a Haitian, this is wrong. I'm gonna call this out. Instead, Black Americans don't respond. Huh? That's not how that works. Because when Gilbert Arenas, who wasn't a Black American, by the way, Gilbert Arenas said the Aki Aki tribe to the Sudanese team, we jumped in front of that. We said, hold on, as a Black American, that's not cool. Why? Because he looked like us, he talked like us, he act like us, and we want to make sure there's no confusion. So we jumped in front of that. Right? We didn't say, oh, Africans, why you responding that way? Or African. No. We said, as a Black American, that's wrong. And we shouldn't be talking like that. Gilbert Arenas, he's not Black American, he's Cuban, and we called it out. So what they're doing is gaslighting. They want to control how you talk, how you respond to things. If you don't like the response, control the action. If I'm in a fight with somebody and they punch me in the face, you can't tell me, hold on, my man. Throw on the 17-ounce gloves. Oh yeah, and make sure you throw some elbow pads on. No kicking. Make sure you don't kick, and no wrestling. You know we don't wrestle. We gonna make sure just hands only. Put them gloves on. That's not how that works. There's no rules. There's no rules in response. So you can't come and try to dictate how we respond to it. If you don't like it, if it hurts your spirit, if it bothers you that much in the inside, start checking your people. Start checking your people. Now we have people that come on that said, well, I had Black American boyfriends. There's one girl, I had Black American boyfriends, and we was cool. And she was saying the most, when she didn't like what she heard, she said, you baby mamas, this, that, and the third. She started getting nasty, real nasty. So I don't fall for the, it's not all. Subconsciously in the back of your mind, y'all all think like that. And that's why it came out so easily, is what I'm trying to say. So again, I'm gonna land on that. I got more to say, but I'm gonna chill. I get a little hype. I'm gonna chill, but this is what it is. The quiet majority sit back and allow the loud minority to run rampant and only come out the bushes when we respond to their degeneracy. If you don't like it, check your loud minority. That's it. It's that simple. I'm gonna land.
Hold on. There's let me get this. It's a bot talking about some inappropriate things. Let me get them out of here. All right. But yeah, look. There was I don't know how long you've been in here, but there was a speaker before, a Jamaican guy, and he was in a chat room talking about how we begging for reparations. And he came up on the panel. His energy was completely different. He was all like, "Yeah, I understand where you guys are coming from." Da 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 da. And BX called it out, and then he was like, "Yeah, I said that because I'm upset because you dropped me from the panel." Okay. It only takes a little bit of being slightly inconvenient, slightly upset, slightly this, and it automatically triggers a level of bigotry and vitriol and hatred. They just start spewing it out. Okay. When everything is peachy, when they're in a good mood, they're fine. But the second they're slightly irritated, the truth them actually starts to come out like a Karen. Okay? The Karens be all nice and friendly and all of that stuff and lovely and bake your apple pies and all that. You cut them in the line of Starbucks and you're every N-word in the book. They'll call you N-word, they'll call you this, they'll call you that, and they'll start screaming at you, calling the police, all of that. The true them comes out when you make them upset. We got a lot of people though, so Sela, are you ready? Okay, well, maybe next time. Let's get to Omega and then Ray. We're gonna start.
Peace to the panel. B1, everybody.
Black first to you, brother.
Yeah, man, this whole situation, I mean, it's a clear projection, but I don't want to give a chick too much shine. She already don't have the 15 minutes of fame and whatnot, but like, I think the bigger focus is like y'all were talking about, the people that are making all of these panels and whatnot, trying to defend that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
I'm
kind of
sorry,
like,
Omega. I'm sorry, Omega. Some of the chat is asking for your ethnic group.
oh, I'm FBA.
Thank you.
All
You
right.
got it.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, like when you like I think y'all alluded to it earlier, like when you see people kind of like saying these different things, especially the people that are defending it. 'Cause I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. I think that's important because you don't see, as Halo was saying earlier and Zizi was alluding to, like you don't see anybody coming out making a panel to actually that is Haitian to actually check that shit. And that's the bigger issue. Like you gonna have people, especially this Muppet face broad, like you gonna have people get up there and say different egregious things. But if y'all really trying to be allies and all of this other bullshit that y'all say, y'all wouldn't be making panels defending it. Y'all wouldn't be hopping on Afro's panel, hopping on different panels, hopping on Foundational's panel to be the first one taking a dart, trying to defend something that's, you know damn well we couldn't do to y'all. And the psychology that goes into these people, man, is at a point where we not really checking this disrespect. We more or less checking delusion because these motherfuckers crazy, man. And I land my plane.
Yeah, yeah. They come in, and I said this one time. I made a comment last night. I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna get to Ray, then we're gonna get to J Love. Okay. I made a comment last night because some woman, she made a video and she was all like, I don't agree with what the woman said, but let's be honest, you guys did bully a lot. Now she's Jamaican. She says, let's be honest, you guys did bully a lot of Haitians in high school and all of that stuff, which I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm starting to call cap on that. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm starting to
Definitely
really
call
Pause.
it
call
that.
cap on.
Exactly.
Remember last year they was doing a whole lot with the African booty scratcher thing until it started clicking. Like, hey, you know what? Y'all stories aren't really lining up with all of that stuff. All of that, y'all was bullied and African booty scratcher stuff. Like that, we started calling cap on it, and then notice they don't say it as much as they used to. They don't use the whole African booty scratcher thing as much as they used to because we started calling cap on that because the stories weren't lining up and adding up. Now I'm starting to think like the Haitians being bullied specifically, exclusively by foundational Black Americans only because they're Haitian. I'm calling cap on that. I don't know. I don't really buy that. I don't know. That don't really make sense to me.
Sound like they moving the goalposts.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm
when
Yeah,
calling cap
man.
on that, to be
Yeah,
honest. Yeah,
yeah.
But
May I
I
speak
said,
on that?
It's like when the
hold on,
it's
hold
like when
on.
the
I'm just,
small
let me just finish the comment. I said, the problem is that y'all don't automatically call nobody out. Y'all wait for us to start saying something, and then when y'all start feeling offended by the backlash, then y'all want to jump in. But by that time, it's too late. Y'all should be the first people to call it out, and y'all never are. You all always wait for it to go viral. Now it's big. Now all of us are talking about it. Now y'all want to come after the fact 2-3 days later and be all like, guys, can we tone it down? Guys, y'all don't got to do, I don't agree, but can we tone it down? Y'all 2-3 days late. And the reason why is because y'all would have never said anything if we didn't say it. That's the reason. Ray, you got it.
Yeah, I'm with you, my brother. They are absolutely calling cap on that bullshit because I was on a live with other Black Americans and Haitians, and they said, well, I was booed because a lot of Haitians, okay, a lot of funky ass Haitians live in Florida. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, right? They started asking questions, okay, like how did you know they were Black American? Because here's the thing about Caribbeans and Black Americans, we have the same last name. Okay, a lot of Caribbeans have last names that's similar to Black Americans. Like Jones, Williams, or John. Because I've met plenty of Caribbeans that has like the name Smith. You know what I'm saying? Jones, Brown. You know what I'm saying? Because Will Smith, his last name has the same last name as Buster Rhymes' last name, Smith. You know what I'm saying? So then they said, how do you know there were other Caribbeans that are also bullying you? And they didn't answer that because a lot of Black Americans reside in northern Florida, in upper North Florida, whereas a lot of Caribbeans reside in southern Florida. Okay, because you need to understand there's a war, a civil war amongst Caribbeans. It's Haitians versus the Bajans, the Bahamians, Trinidadians, and the Jamaicans, and they all do not like Haitians. Okay, a lot of Black Americans reside in Upper Florida, like Jacksonville, okay,
Mm,
Pensacola. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? They all reside up there. And the reason why they are blaming Black Americans for that, now we probably do I would say crack jokes, but we don't really bully. We crack jokes like because I think they came up with the term HBO, which is like Haitians with body odor because they do stink. You know what I'm saying? It's a fact. Like a lot of freaking Africans and Caribbeans, they come over here, they don't know how to wash their ass, and it's a fucking fact. Plus, Black Americans, we've been taught ever since we were babies to wash our funky asses. But these niggas, they don't know how to wash. So we probably do like crack jokes, but that's it. But we don't be like
Great.
jumping on you because of your ethnicity. That's dumb. But no, like HBO, Haitians body odor, and it's a fucking fact. Okay, and the reason why they always blame us because we are like, I would say, like the poster child when it comes to doing something bad. Like it all goes back to freaking, I would say, like the rebuilding of like this country. Like the reason why watermelons became a negative connotation towards Black Americans because it was white tea folks that did that. Okay, we were the freaking poster child of CRACK of rug dealing. Okay, so it's easy for them to blame Black Americans because we've always been a poster child to something negative, to something bad. So they always blame us for that shit, and it's an absolute fact. Oh, and also Afro, you said something about how it's nothing personal, it's all about business and stuff like that. These
mm-hmm.
folks are making it personal. Okay, that bitch with those Kylie Jenner lips, okay? For her to call us dirty, the fact that your people are resorting to eating the earth's soil and making mud pies, mud cookies, the fact that you are resorting to eating dirt, bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, okay? Everything about your goddamn country is dirty, okay? You motherfuckers are worse than the goddamn Chinese eating cats and dogs and shit, okay? You niggas are nasty. Okay? And you know what something? God don't even like y'all. You know how I know God don't like y'all? Because every 10 to 20 years there's always an earthquake or a goddamn hurricane. So that tells me that God don't even fuck with y'all niggas. It's a
All right,
motherfucking
let's
fact.
let's let's talk. Let's just be careful. Let's be
Nah,
careful.
let
No,
them go.
hey,
Let them
hey,
go.
listen,
But y'all
No,
got
we
to
I
gotta
want,
be.
y'all
No,
got to let
no,
people through now. Y'all got to
It's
let
the
people through.
language.
When I'm
Hold
no,
on.
no. Don't. First off, let me be abundantly clear. If I say let's tone the temperature down, that's what we're gonna do. Don't check me. That's not how this works. We just got banned. Now we're back. We're not trying to do that again. I didn't tell them to stop. All right. Just be a little bit more careful. That's it.
all right, sorry
All
about
right.
that,
You
brother.
got it.
All right. So yeah, that's all I have to say. All right. Y'all can have the floor.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Afro, quick question.
Huh? Yeah.
If quick question, have any time in history have we ever been as low as they are in their country? Even our
Oh my
ancestors.
goodness.
I'm just asking.
No.
Okay, that's all I want. I just want to ask that real quick.
All right. Let's get to love J Love.
Hello, everybody. Hello. I just want to say hi to everybody.
How you doing? That's all you want to say? I mean, where are you from?
I'm from Haiti.
We can't hear you.
I'm from Haiti. Can you hear
You
me?
got to Yeah, you got to speak up. You're from Haiti, okay?
From Haiti, but I spent all my life
Man,
in
you
America. Can you hear me?
we can now.
Your mic
If
is
Okay.
you
going.
I
whatever you're
said
doing right now, just keep doing that.
yes.
Okay.
I said I'm from Haiti, and I spent all my life in this country, in
Okay.
America.
All
Okay.
right.
Um, I apologize first of all for what this ignorant woman said, which nobody, nobody would not be okay of what she said. She even mentioned her own people. So I see a lot of anger for Haitian people. I see a lot of things that's said, and it just you guys put everybody the same in the same shoe for somebody that's so ignorant that says something very stupid and very low. And by us to follow the same footsteps, talking about like Haitian people that way, it's like we put ourselves in the same shoe as that stupid woman that said what she said. Okay, it's not like the Haitian community did not speak on it. You might not like understand what we were saying in their language, but nobody except what she said, nobody was okay with what she said in general.
Okay.
So by Ray saying what he said, and by um Foundation said what he said, first of all, I don't see because of somebody don't know any better. To me it's just like the mind, the way what she said, it was
Mm,
very, that's a low blow. But at the end of the day, if they want to send any one of us back as black people, it doesn't matter if you black American, if you Jamaican, if you black.
Okay,
Here
so
we
here
go.
we go with
She
this.
about to cast
Wait,
spells. Here you go.
one moment. There is
Hold on,
no
hold
us.
on, hold
When you
on,
were
hold on.
talking, hold
oh,
on, I'm a mod, and I just want to set this disclaimer. When you was talking, you was like us.
I let
There's no
everybody
us. You're
speak.
Haitian. Black Americans aren't deportable. So Haitians, definitely y'all getting sent back.
I
Y'all are
let
deemed a
I let
security risk no matter where you go. See, Black
it. That was
Americans
very
cannot
rude
be
because
deported. Listen, man, because you didn't even understand what Ray was saying. You just was up here to respond. Ray was talking about the inner dynamics of Florida and a running trope that the Haitians were bullied by Black Americans. So there is no us. When you're talking, you're a Haitian. You say my people or me, right? You gotta know Black Americans are not deportable. We're not denaturalized. We can't get denaturalized, right? We are Americans. You are not. You are a citizen. So you got to speak in the singular when it comes to your opinion. You don't use the whole we as black people because you're Haitian, man. And you know you Haitian. You're not black American in the
now let me
USO
address. Hold on.
construct.
Let me address
Thank
what
you.
you said. Hold on. Let me address what you said because you said a lot. Let me address what you said. All right. The whole you disowned what she said and then said that Haitians pushed back against it and we didn't see that, ma'am. No, and don't do that. Okay, that's not what happened. The whole reason why it's a viral subject, the only reason why we're talking about it now is because foundational Black Americans called it out. All right. That's the entire reason. The Haitians didn't pull this out and be all like, hey, as a Haitian, I wouldn't. They didn't do that. They didn't do that the last time. They did do that with Kai Cenat. Haitians, and I'm not just talking about Haitians either. Immigrants don't do that. You all are never the first people to call out your people. It's always after the Black Americans see it and then start putting y'all on blast. Now y'all feel like, oh, okay, let me say something now. That's what happens all of the time. Is we got to say something to y'all and then it's or about that person and y'all feel the collateral of it. Now y'all want to come up there and say something. All right. We
um
don't understand. No, y'all weren't calling her out in Creole. Don't do that. Y'all weren't. We don't understand y'all calling her out. Y'all weren't calling her out in Creole. Y'all weren't saying anything. And even if you were, you guys would still, even if you did say something, you guys would be able to be like, you know what? We started it. So we can't dictate or tone police or gaslight how Black Americans, foundational Black Americans respond. We can't do that. But that's all we're seeing collectively. There's over 600 people in here. And if y'all could tap the screen, I'd greatly appreciate that. There's over 600 people in here. Collectively, we are saying we have seen several lives, videos, and all of that of you all trying to tone police our response to this woman. Instead of saying, you know what? We can't say anything. She was wrong. She getting called out. We might get our feelings hurt by collateral, but it is what it is. Next time, y'all gonna do a little bit more community policing and that won't happen. That's the only reason. Okay? Y'all weren't calling it out. Technically now, very few of you all still are. Right now, you guys are more focused on what we're saying about you guys than what she said.
No, I was not done. I was rudely interrupted.
No, because you
I did
transitioned.
not say
No,
no.
ma'am. You transitioned. And now you're talking about how we all need to quote unquote stick together because we can all be deported and ICE is after everybody and they all
No,
see us as black. That's where you were going before you were
no,
cut
I
off.
said at the end of the day, we all black. Okay? That's what I said. I did not
Ma'am,
say
no,
anybody gonna
ma'am.
get deported.
No, no,
I did
no,
not
No,
no,
say
no,
ma'am.
that.
no. She didn't
Stop,
say that,
stop,
ma'am.
stop, stop. And
These
hold
rooms are
on.
recorded.
Do you understand? Everybody, there's over 600 people who heard exactly what you said. And when you got cut off, okay, do you understand you've been caught? Just tell the truth. Okay.
Okay.
That's
Let
what
me
you said. You said it doesn't matter if you're Jamaican, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this. We can all be deep. You said that. That's why BX cut you off. Cause you were talking about they want to get rid of us all. That's what you were talking about, us all being deported. And that's why she cut you off and corrected you. We can't be deported from America. That's a fact. That's a fact. And even
We
if that
can't be
was the case, if we all
denaturalized.
could, let's say we all could, that is a completely different thing. You want us to ally yourselves because you face ICE or ICE is attacking you or your community, targeting you and your community. So we all need to come together. Notice how we all need to come together when it's you guys' when it's on your terms. Now, you're not going to go, like Hayla was talking about, y'all not going to go to Haitians' lives and talk about how we all need to come together and we all need to stop doing that. Because when they start talking all that crap that they talk about us, we don't have any Haitians defending us. We don't. When they start going on us, talking about us, using all of this anti-black propaganda, you don't see anybody saying, hey, we all need to stick together. You don't see that. Okay. Right now, we're talking about accountability. That's it.
Okay.
And every time we talk about accountability, you all briefly disown what she said, call it out, and then you immediately start making excuses. Instead of saying, hey, I was wrong, my fault, and then leave it at that. It's always a but, and, what, however, it's always that, which discredits the original apology that you guys made.
Okay. I'm gonna start over again. Me
One
as
moment, though. One
Haitian.
moment. I
Hold on.
need to talk to the. Hold on. I'm a host. I'm not a host. Am I? Hold on. Afroly, Marshall has his hand raised. She did call his name first. He was the one I cut off, not you. So if Marshall could just go ahead and say what he needs to say because he was called out.
Yeah. So I just find it funny that whenever there's a response, it's at the end of the day we all black when the response happened. They never say at the end of the day we all black when the action happened. When Consonant said we don't have no culture, I didn't hear at the end of the day we all black. When she said what she said, I didn't hear at the end of the day we all black. Always at the response every single time. Now all of a sudden there's this flat blackness and we all got to come together when it's something negative. But when everything's good and everybody's living life and there's no problems, there's no at the end of the day we all black. Everybody go their own separate ways and do their own separate thing and separate and only want to come together with something bad. So now what it made me think is they utilize us and our energy as a warrior energy. So when it's something bad, they want us to come out and fight for them. They use it at the end of the day we all black for us to fight for them. But when it's not something bad, they don't need us no more. It's like a buffet. You kind of can pick what you want when you want it. And then when you don't want it no more, you kind of leave whatever else to the side. That's kind of how it feels. That they can, like, we're mercenaries that they can call up. We all black. Something bad happened. Black Americans, we all black. Come and save us. That's it. Kind of feel like mercenary kind of energy. And I find it really interesting that she said I said something degenerate or bad. I didn't say nothing bad. I didn't curse nobody out. I didn't say nothing bad. So I want her to explain to me what I said exactly. Because she said she me and Ray. What did I say exactly that was bad?
Okay, listen, I said to you and everybody else that was talking about Haitian in general, that stupid woman again say what she said, which I did
Man, I'm asking you a
apologize.
question.
Hold on.
What did I say that was bad
Listen,
though? No,
listen.
hold
You
on. You
asked me a
called me out.
question. You cannot keep
You
on
called me
cutting. You
out,
gotta
right?
listen.
You said me and Ray. I want to know what
Listen,
exactly I said that was
listen.
okay.
You guys was talking about Haitian country, Haiti. Y'all talk about everything else that was negative about Haitian and Haiti. Okay, so I'm just saying in general. So I'm
What
saying to you,
specifically? No, I listen.
listen.
You saying a lot of
I'm just
generalization.
saying, listen, I'm just
You
saying,
saying a lot,
for
but it's
whatever
amounting to
she
nothing.
said, whatever stupidness that she said out her mouth, as Haitian woman, I apologize to all Black American that feel offended by what that stupid lady said. Okay? Nobody should say what she said in general. Okay? So we don't need to like batch in all the Haitian because we all not the same.
So again, specifically, because you called me out specifically, what exactly did I say? You saying a lot of
I
broad
said
kind of things.
I
What
said
exactly did I say?
between you and the previous gentleman that was talking about Haitian stink, Haitian this, Haitian that. I say in general what you guys was saying.
Okay, no, all right, okay.
I said you cannot say
Specifically,
all the Haitian
man,
all
I know
the
we got to
same.
get the comprehension skills together, right? I'm saying specifically, what did I say specifically that you deem was bad?
Okay, when you mention about Haitian people think they are better than everybody else,
I
Haitian
never
people
said that.
this, Haitian people that, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna
You
pick and
saying so,
point
man?
what
You saying a
exactly what
You
I
say
lot?
you
say, but
don't know.
it
So
was
Here's the
look,
count.
what was said
here's what
about
you're doing right
Haitian.
You
now.
know.
Do
Here's
you
what you're
hear what
doing,
I
man.
said? I said in general what was
Here's
said
it.
about
Yeah, you're
Haitian. I
generalizing,
said
right?
all
Right.
Haitian are not the
You're
same. You
generalizing, right?
cannot judge everybody the
Right.
same. What she
So
said,
you're generalizing.
listen, what she said, I would never sign what she said was right. I would
Ma'am,
never be okay what she said was
So
right.
so here's
I'm
ma'am,
not
here.
ma'am,
saying
that's
what she said
ma'am,
was right.
ma'am. That's thank you. Thank you. Because here's the thing. You don't even know what foundational set that offended you. You clearly don't. Because he's all like, what did I say that offended you? What did I say that was hateful? You can't specifically say, you said this, you said this, you said this. You can't. You don't even know. It's
Mhm.
just he said something, and this is the reality. If we say something true or not true, unfavorable, that makes you guys feel a certain type of way, you guys will say it's hateful, it's xenophobic, it's propaganda, it's all of this and all of that. And then when we say, hey, okay, well, what did I say that was incorrect? Y'all don't know. Y'all are so caught up and obsessed with your feelings that you can't
So,
have a grasp of reality. He asked you several times,
okay,
what,
he
because you
said
called
that.
his name. Stop.
No, I said
Stop.
in
No, stop it.
general.
Stop. No. You called his name and said him and Ray were saying things that were untrue or that were this and that were generalizing. He's asking, what did he say that was generalizing? What did he say? Ray is not here. What did he say? And you can't even name one thing he said. You see? Y'all come up
What?
here and in the feelings, you guys are so led by emotion that you cannot see the constructive criticism anybody else gives you. That's the problem. Because nobody is saying anything that's incorrect. Okay? Nobody's saying anything that isn't fact based, numbered based. Okay, you can look at all of these things. These are fact. This either history or fact. This is what that is. And you're bothered by it because it doesn't make Haiti look good. But instead of learning the lesson and saying, you know what, we do need to do better. Instead of doing that, it's like a coach. When the coach tells you you need better this, you need better footwork, you need more practice, you need more this, you just hear bashing and hate and shame instead of listening and internalizing and being better. Y'all would rather not be better, not grow as a people. Even if you could do it, it would take hurt feelings to get to that point. Y'all don't want to get to that point because you're so insecure. And I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about what you did right here. Was very insecure.
Since y'all say that Haitian people eat mud cookies, yes, we're gonna change that. Since they say about Haitian people, Haiti have a lot of garbage,
Who
this and that,
specifically
this
said
and that,
that, ma'am?
hungry
You're still
people.
generalizing. Who specifically said that?
That was all of that was mentioned with the conversation.
Who specifically said that?
Ray said, "Oh,
And who
Haitian
else?
people have body odor,"
And who else?
and people say that, "Oh,
No,
Haitian
no, no.
people
Who
think
else? No people. Who
um
else?
Talking about everybody, but who you talking to?
they
Because these
say."
the so here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? This is like my brother Afro said. This is exactly what y'all do, right? What y'all do is paint the whole group with a single brush. The moment somebody give, like the brother said, constructive criticism. The moment somebody say some facts and numbers or give facts of what's going on, y'all want to throw boogeyman names on people, xenophobic, hatred, jealousy, whatever it is. They try to shut people down from speaking the truth. And this is what y'all do. Y'all want to throw rocks. And the moment we say something in response, it don't even have to be nothing crazy, right? It don't have to be nothing. It could be like, yo, that's foul what y'all did. That's wrong. Oh, you guys are xenophobic, hatred, jealous, and all these boogeyman names come out. This is what y'all do. Y'all do a broad brush and paint the whole group with a single brush. You came on the panel and said you all said this, that, and the third. When I know a lot of us don't talk like that. Actually, we told the brother to calm it down. That's one, because that's not how we operate. We don't talk or move in that kind of
He
manner. That's why we all kind of like, all right, no, that's cool. Come on, just bring it down a little bit, right? Because that's not how we do.
he even
So
said that
again,
Jesus hate Haiti so
on,
much.
so
That's
hold
what he said
on.
And
too.
when he said that, we told him to chill.
He
Right.
didn't even
Yeah, I did
acknowledge
let him
that.
ride for a minute though.
Right.
And can I
No,
ask?
no.
What I'm
Listen,
saying, let me finish. Let me just finish this.
y'all,
I'll be
everybody
right
can't
back.
talk
Yeah.
at the same time. Let him go.
Yeah, I'll be 5 seconds. So the difference between us and y'all, we know how to check or check our people or talk to our people and stand in front of the degeneracy. That's what we do. Thank you. I appreciate you. Love you. You see, and we showed that in 4K. That's what y'all failed to do. We didn't say, well, the Haitians and we give all these excuses. No, we did it in 4K. Hold on, family. Love is love, respectfully, and that's it. Y'all don't do that. Y'all want to come after the response and check the response instead of checking the action. We showed you on 4K how it's done. Well, y'all want to check us in the response instead of going to a Haitian panel and say, as a people, we got to do better. Because when I was on a Haitian panel today, you know what they said? They said, you know what this reveals? This reveals the fact that we got to start telling the truth about what our mothers and fathers told us about them Black Americans. That's what they said. They said now the truth might have to come out. Our mothers and fathers told us to stay away from them Black Americans. That's what they said. So you're gonna act like this a one-off or just one person? You know your mothers and fathers told you stay away from them Black America. Let's stop playing.
No, that's not true. I wasn't
Okay.
Ma'am,
told that
ma'am.
much.
So hold
Now,
on. Are you going to
Yeah, that
deny? Are you
that is
going to
true. I'm
deny?
Haitian
Hold
and they
on, hold
told
on,
me
hold
that.
on,
Yes,
hold
that is true.
on. Are you going to deny that hate in the Haitian community, that's not a common saying? Are you going to deny that?
it's
That's not some.
everybody. It's not only in Haiti.
No,
It's
You're Haitian.
you're
everybody.
Haitian, ma'am. So I'm asking you
Yes.
about your community. I can't ask you about
No, we
Jamaicans.
don't
I
think
can't ask you about
not all of us
Nigerians.
think that way.
Nobody is saying, oh,
You're not being
ma'am,
honest.
you should be old enough to understand what
I
I'm
just
talking about.
answer you. You asked me a question.
I
I said
didn't
not
say
all of us
all.
think
I
that
said
way.
it's a common thing. Okay. That is a common ideology
Mm-hmm.
among older immigrants, period.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And anytime we call it out, y'all say, not me, not me, not my mama, not my dad. Y'all
Right.
say that when y'all know that exists in the immigrant community, not just Haiti. All of y'all have parents and grandparents and uncles and aunties like that who will say slick stuff and y'all be all like, well, that's just how he is. That's like YT people with that one racist uncle. Like, well, I mean, that's just he just grew up in that time. They all have one. They all do. Okay. And yet y'all don't
If
want
I
to
say
acknowledge
why they
that.
said that though,
Hold on. I think you just need to listen from now on. All right, we're gonna move on to the next speaker.
Oh wait,
Okay.
hold up. Before we do move on, just because she came in and she started with, well, what she said was ignorant. All of this ignorant woman, and a lot of these non-FBAs, even the Pan Africanists, they cape for these tethers by using this excuse of, oh, well, they're just ignorant. She just doesn't know, and oh, she's just, and then you go to she's stupid. But you started with ignorant. I think you used them more than once, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's an excuse that y'all love to use for these tethers, but you don't use for Black Americans. And moreover, these people are over here. So Black Americans being ignorant will make more sense if we have something to say about another country, because we're not living in that country. But you're actively in this country, going to our schools, indulging in our culture, but you don't know? That's a problem. So yeah, I need you to hold yourself accountable and hold your people accountable. Hold a mirror up to them, because the same thing you saying to us is the exact thing you should be saying to them, not to us. Don't come at us about no damn ignorance when it's plenty of resources out here in America. That's why your people fought. That's why your people fought so hard to come over here. After our people fought so hard for them to have the right to come here. So I'm just saying that
You're right.
ignorant excuse ain't gonna work. It's not gonna fly. We in 2026. Nigga, pick up a book. It's that simple.
Now we're gonna move on, but before we do, we still have over 600 people in the live. If everybody tap the screen, we can get up to what, 230 to 230, 250 really. Let's get up to 250. Come on, everybody, let's tap the screen real quick. Everybody, tap. Send the gifts and the likes and the hearts and the shares and the comments and all of that stuff, that TikTok stuff. Send dinosaurs and galaxies and all that. Let's get
So
to
Afro, they just sent out the invite for your room.
the
They
invite to
just
who?
sent it out. Yeah, because TikTok, it'll send out, they'll say, Afro Lee invites you to his live. They just sent it out.
Oh wow.
What?
Yeah. They just sent it out at 6:16. I saw the notification come down, and then I looked at the time. I said, look at this shit. Yeah, so that's what I be talking about. They send the notifications out late.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
They do it
And
on
that's
purpose.
crazy, late. That's something else. They sabotaging. All right. Let's get to Sela. You got it. Sela, now you came back up now. Come on now.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you from? Where are you from? Real
Yes,
quick.
I am Haitian and I was born in America. So
Okay.
I'm from Jersey. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I feel as though multiple people has came online and they've expressed that, like, there have been people from our community saying that they don't agree with it. Multiple people have came here and said that they don't agree with it. And each and every single time someone says that, it's just like, no, you're being ignorant. No, you don't want to take accountability. When I feel like some of the ladies have taken accountability, some of the ladies have apologized. Some people have acknowledged that, yeah, there are, I guess you can call it a form of racism in some of our cultures, where when people come to America, they automatically assume that African American people are bad people, are gangsters, are this, are that. And that's just not in a Haitian community. I feel like all communities that come to America experience, I guess, the white propaganda that white people portray onto African American people. So I feel like as though it was kind of disheartening to see everyone ignore her expressing how I feel like a lot of Haitian people genuinely do feel. Like, the shit she said was messed up. I don't agree with that. If I was there, I would have said something. That's not how I was raised. That's not the household that I come from. And, I just wanted to shed light on maybe that side of the story, or a different perspective coming from a Haitian person.
Okay. Now, as a Haitian person, you're a young woman, right? I saw your profile. I know. I want you to understand something. You were born and raised in America. You did not go through Haitian propaganda. The propaganda that is fed towards Haiti, you didn't have to go through.
But I know it
Okay.
exists.
You know it exists. We know it exists. Okay. But the thing is that the same media that I had access to, you had access to. The same cartoons, movies, music, all of that. You had just as much access to that as I do. So you can't say, well, I was only felt this very curated, chopped up, degenerate image of you guys.
That's
Because
not what I said.
you
I
face, no,
said that
I'm not
some
saying you,
families and
ma'am. Hold on. I'm saying that that is a common excuse. The whole, well, you got to understand it's the media that has brainwashed and manipulated people and conditioned them to feel this way about you guys. That excuse has been said and made for decades now. And at the year 2026, that excuse is over with. Okay. People over there got smartphones. People over there got TikTok. People over there got technology and all of that. And we're facing more disrespect from the people who were born and raised here. Okay, we're facing disrespect for people who either came here when they were a baby or were born here and have just as much access to the media and all of that. So that excuse is null and void. Okay, so let's just, I just want you to know that going forward, we're not going to make that excuse anymore because that avoids accountability. To what you're saying, there's been a lot of people who've condemned what she said, but immediately afterwards, they tried to create some type of rationale, the same rationale that you either knowingly or unknowingly just did. By you saying that it's the media, you're pushing an excuse. That's what you're doing. When you try to blame the media instead of her behavior, try to say, well, you know, the white tea people. No, this ain't about that. Okay? You're pushing an excuse, and that excuse guards and shields them from the accountability that they need. That's why we're calling that out. Now, Foundational wants to say something.
And that's the thing. They act like the media don't go both sides. They said they're eating the cats and dogs. Did we believe that? Come on, family. We
Right.
didn't believe y'all eating cats and dogs. They told us that y'all was living a certain type of way. Did we believe that? No. So what you're saying when you say that, what you don't know, is you're disrespecting your people and yourself. Because what you're saying is they're so primitive and child mind like that the white tea man gotta tell them how to think, and they can't think outside of outside the TV. You're saying that they can't utilize more than 3% of their brain to say, okay, let me search on my smartphone, or let me go search here to find out outside of the media. So when you say the media, what you're doing is kind of throwing a punch missing and punching yourself in the face. That's what you're doing. Because
When
again,
I
we see in the media too, and we see degenerate things for everybody, Africa, Haiti, and everywhere else. But we're smart enough to understand how the white tea media work. So that's not a good
when
excuse.
I said that, it was in reference to, I guess, in the prior conversation that was had with the other young lady, when you guys mentioned, you know, don't your parents or your grandparents have said this, that, or the third? That's why I mentioned the media in reference to the older generation, how things were. But
And here's the thing. We acknowledge that. We know that the media has fed negative images about us. That's not something we're ignorant to. We know that. The thing that what we're saying is that you all have started a behavior, and that behavior is homegrown. That behavior comes from within your community. All right. Regardless of whatever reason it's there, it's coming from your community towards us. So now that we're having a response. All right. Because, and the reason why we're saying that is because there's a narrative out there that we've always bullied Haitians, in particular Haitians. Black Americans always hated and bullied and demeaned Haitians. All right. And what we're calling out is actually this issue that we're dealing with, not just Haitians, but with immigrants in general. This issue comes from their culture. And for whatever reason they have it, they have it. And it needs to be called out loudly. The same, with the same energy you all want to come up here and defend Haiti is the same energy you all need to take back to them and say, hey, we got to stop doing that. All right. That's the
Can
same
I?
energy, not this. The energy is real soft shoe when it comes to calling people out, but it's real loud when you all get offended. We need more energy calling that stuff out. That's what we need.
And this is my last
I
point,
don't
5 seconds.
feel like
They have a Haitian saying, right? I got this from the brother that I was on the call with one time. Is a Haitian saying, if you want three Haitians to agree, you got to unalive two of them. That's the saying over there in Haiti. That guy from a Haitian brother that told me straight up. So if they saying that about their own people, that if you want three Haitians to agree, you got to unalive two of them. Imagine them coming over here and bringing that kind of mentality over here. This is why they have that hate mentality towards Black Americans.
Do you,
I'm gonna volunteer
ma'am?
something,
If I was
Papa.
to say, last year when the last election, when the media was talking about Haitians and eating the cats and dogs and all of that stuff, if we were to make that up, if we were to say that, let's say some dude named Foundation Black America named John said that, and we was to say, hey, John is wrong, but you got to understand that's the media propaganda. If we was to say he's wrong and then immediately follow up with some type of rationale or an excuse or anything, you all would not buy that apology. Okay? When you follow it up with an excuse, it immediately strips the sincerity of the apology away. And this is what we're dealing with.
Afro, this is what I wanted to say. Is that you was hitting that point? I see it in the comments, but do you know Trump wasn't the first one to say that? That came off of Love and Hip Hop, created by a Haitian herself, right? Mona Scott Young is a Haitian, and Trina was having a problem with some. I guess they were Haitian Americans, and she told them about eating cats, and she was held to a standard. But she also said she has some Caribbean roots. Right. So that rumor about their community, I can't confirm or deny that they do that. Right. I don't be in Haitian circles. But that didn't literally start with Trump. That started on a platform built by a Haitian.
What's
So you
interesting is
need to
that
check your
when you
people on some
actually
other
look it
stuff.
up, Trump actually didn't say that. He said immigrants. He didn't actually say Haitians. He didn't actually say that. It was the media that pointed Haitians out specifically. Trump didn't say that. Now, J.D. Vance said Haitians afterwards specifically. J.D. Vance said that, but Trump didn't say Haitians specifically.
For that.
So if that's the case, that makes them even look a little bit more ignorant then, because if they're not even being talked about, they're putting themselves in a situation that has nothing to do with them.
Yeah. Let's get to, because we still got to get to more people. Yeah.
I
But
need to
I
do
hope that,
Papa
I
next.
hope, I hope that you're able to really understand and comprehend and stay and learn from this conversation, so that way we don't have to have these conversations next year. We're doing this now so we don't have to have it next year. We're calling it out so we don't have to keep doing it. But what we need, okay, whether y'all do it or not, is going to have to happen. Y'all got to call things out automatically, unapologetically. Call out problematic behavior. You would not tolerate anybody going to Haiti and saying anything slick about y'all. You wouldn't tolerate any excuse being made if we went to Haiti and said anything remotely close to what she just said. Y'all wouldn't tolerate that at all. Y'all wouldn't accept no apologies. Y'all wouldn't want to hear no excuses. Y'all wouldn't want to hear any of it. And we don't deserve any less respect. All right? If we were going in y'all countries doing that stuff, it would be different, but we don't. And we don't deserve any less respect. That's it. Now we're going to move on. Thank you.
I think the brother Papa was next to me was
Yeah, it
next.
was Papa.
Hey, how y'all doing, man? Everybody all right?
We
Yo,
straight.
man.
We straight.
All right, man. Listen, I'm Zoe, man. From South Florida, man. A lot of these soft ass, weak ass Haitians that come up here, being all apologetics and shit like that, making all kind of excuses, acting like they don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's because they don't know you guys. I grew up with you guys. I understand you guys. You guys don't like this kind of passive aggressiveness and all this little dumb shit, side shit. You gotta come straight when you're dealing with uh FBA or whatever you guys want to call yourselves right now, right? They gotta understand this shit. This is how it goes. Even y'all sport is football, where motherfuckers gotta stand up toe to toe with a motherfucker and go head to head. You know what I'm saying? One thing I'ma say is the dude was riding on Haitian today, right? Y'all let him ride for a minute. I was right here listening to that shit, right? But you gotta understand too now, a lot of the shit that our parents was telling us, they was not wrong. Doesn't matter how you feel about it. The Haitian parents that was telling us this shit was not wrong. Y'all act like y'all forget the 80s and the 90s where a lot of these African American was on crack. There was crack epidemics everywhere.
And you forget that you
Oh, oh,
can't
oh.
use that language, and you
Yeah,
forget
don't
that
use
your
that language.
parents
Go
helped
ahead. Go
bring that
ahead.
in
Come
our
on. Come on. Keep
community.
going. Ma'am, do you see what we talk? I'm glad you
See,
stayed for
see,
this. Go ahead. Go
that's
ahead.
the
Keep going.
thing. Y'all wanna go? Y'all wanna talk real? When the motherfucker come here speaking
No, no,
real
go
to you
ahead.
guys,
We just
y'all
can't
Hold
wanna
use
on.
the
do
Go
that?
ahead.
language. Go ahead.
Nah,
Just watch
I'm
your
gonna
language.
be real with
Just
y'all.
more coded with your
Yeah.
language. Go ahead. Say what you want to
Well,
say though.
well, y'all, it's not like the shit was sweet. Y'all was going through y'all shit. A lot of fatherless home. I'm from South Florida. This was not sweet. I used to be close to the ghetto. Niggas was this shit. This shit. There was a lot of people who fucking fucking hungry and all that shit. I was right there too. Y'all wasn't. Oh, we know we was never. Nah, a lot of them motherfuckers was living in filth because fucking mama was a fucking crackhead, daddy was a fucking crackhead. You know what
Hey,
I'm
if
saying?
you
The
say
Y'all was
no,
language.
don't
y'all
say
was.
that. No,
The
look.
language.
If you say it one more time,
Mud
I
people.
think
One
you're
more
trying to get the
time.
Watch
live
your
taken
language.
down. Don't say that one more time. Don't say that again.
But what I'm
Yeah,
saying
just
is,
watch the C.
y'all
Just
was
watch
going.
that word, the
Yeah,
CRACK. That's it. But you go
all
ahead. Just
right.
speak your truth.
CK. Y'all was going through y'all shit, and it was a lot of issues. Okay, a lot of gang issues. A lot of.
Weren't you a dealer
Hold on,
during
no,
those times?
Ma,
Your people were dealers,
Oh,
BX,
you're
let him
not
correct?
go.
letting me
Let
talk
him go
or
because we're
whatever.
proving a point. We're proving a point. Okay,
All right.
we're proving a
You
point.
can
This
prove
is
your point all
I
you
want
want.
you to
I'm not
understand.
backing down. I'm
Right,
gonna
right.
tell the
Hold
truth.
on. Right before you was a young Haitian
Behind a
woman
computer
who
screen,
said that
sir.
y'all was been apologetic, and
Nah,
then here you go. Go
she
ahead.
was a coward,
I
apologetic
genuinely
Haitian bitch.
didn't
And
Yeah,
even.
you,
I
she didn't
hold
Crazy
on.
acknowledged.
fast.
I'm
she
not
didn't
getting on you.
know.
I'm not getting on you. Sis. I'm just saying. Look at him. He called you a coward for being apologetic, and look at
She's
how
a
he's acting.
coward, man.
But
She's a fucking coward.
can I say
Okay.
something?
So
Hold on.
I
No,
Go.
nah, nah.
acknowledge
It's
that
not
I
time to talk,
don't
Haitians.
lady.
agree
You,
with
I'm
what
tired
she
of
No,
you.
said.
no,
I
no,
don't want
no.
to hear your
He's
voice
saying.
in
He's
there
saying. Stop.
acting all soft and gushy. You know what I'm saying? Go sit your butt down somewhere.
Get
All right?
bana kakamba na dota mun.
It's okay. You can catch me
I
out.
did
I
not
still love you,
apologize.
baby.
I
Go sit your
acknowledge
ass
that I
down.
don't
Let
agree.
me get this
And the
shit
sadder
going on
part
right.
is
Let
you
me
sitting
cook.
up here
Let me cook,
and your
baby.
first line of action is to go against what another Haitian
All
person is
right. It's
saying.
because
And
you
that's
don't
the shit that I
understand
be
me. That's
talking
okay.
about.
You think I'm going
That's the
against you.
shit
It's
that
okay.
I be talking about.
It's
Yeah, the
okay.
first thing you
Called yourself
did
a
was
Go
dog.
sit
shoot the shit
down
that
and
I
let me
said
fight this
down.
war.
Are we
All
dealing with a
right.
Haitian civil war right
I'm
now?
like,
Is
damn,
that
this
what
what
we
we
doing?
supposed to
No, it ain't.
unify with?
Bro,
Damn.
but that's what I'm saying. I didn't even come on
Listen.
here to
That,
even
that,
try
that,
and
that,
argue with
that.
another Haitian.
Of
But the
course
first
you.
thing you do is, mind you, I didn't even apologize. I said I don't agree. I don't have to apologize. I didn't say that shit. I don't agree with it.
Oh, see, now I'm talking. You want to talk to me, right?
Hell, yeah, because you was
Go sit
all
your
right.
ass down and let me get this thing going, okay?
You gonna let him talk to you like that? You ain't gonna
Okay,
say
He's
nothing?
Grandpa.
back
Nah,
in
All
let
his
right.
Grandpa talk. He
language.
talking
All
about the
right. Let
80s,
this
bro.
old
Let
boy.
him
Let
let him
this
talk
Wait,
about
old
the
boy.
80s and
Let
the
this
crack and
old.
all this other shit. It don't
And
got
he's
nothing to do
calling
with
himself a
2025.
dog.
Let Grandpa talk.
Hey,
Let this
Hey,
Florida
Woo!
are you
boy.
really a dog?
That's
Hold
You're
on,
not
let
crazy.
him go.
even
Let him go.
responding
Let him
in
go.
your
Let him
language.
go. Let him go. Let him go.
Okay.
Are y'all done? You gonna let him talk
Listen,
to you
girl. You
like
can't
that?
tell me nothing, man. I had to knock these niggas out in their mouth and their mama and their aunties, okay?
Don't get
At the
along.
bus
Fuck you
stop.
talking about.
You gotta
And
let
that's the
me talk
problem.
to
And that's
them.
what they
I
sitting here
play
talking about
football with
now, how
them.
Haitians
They
can't get
became my
along.
best friend, okay?
80s my ass.
Sit your butt down. So
Get
what I'm
mama. Get mama.
all right. All
Golly.
This is crazy.
and she
Yo, let it
crazy.
be what it
And she
is,
was
bro. It's
and
the
she was
reality of
just
the
she was
situation,
just
bro.
about she was just all apologetic just now,
But
right? But now
when
a
did
real
I
motherfucker come in.
apologize, though, is what
You
I'm
was all
trying to
soft.
say.
They
Like,
was running all
You
over
got a
you,
storm
man.
today
So
real
go
quick,
sit
right?
your ass
Yeah,
down,
I
man.
need to
bro.
get some popcorn. Hold on.
Go eat some
my
fucking
bad, y'all.
cat.
I know my mic was muted.
But yeah,
All right.
man.
All right. We got other people who want to speak. We got
Nah,
other
man. I
people who want
just
to
want to
speak.
finish this, man.
No,
They
you
don't.
ain't gonna finish a damn thing. You actually gonna leave.
We just had a
I
live
say this.
comment.
He
Okay.
sounds like he's 80. 1 minute, Denzimus. Sounds like he's 80. He calls himself a Zoe. Isn't Zoe like a young people term? The GANG members. If this your elder in your community, y'all need to spank her. I noticed that when she spoke their natural language, right, their first language, He didn't even respond to it. So now I'm
He
wondering,
didn't.
what type of Haitian is he? He just seems like he wants to come up here, talk about the detriment of our community, but he doesn't know that we understand at the height of that epidemic he was talking about, many of them were the dealers. They were the dealers. We didn't have access to certain things that could be found in their homeland, right? And we do know the government, specifically the CIA, sanctioned some of them GANGS that they unleashed into our communities. And even though they're Haitian, the Jamaicans come to mind with Shower's posse. Now he running around calling himself a Zoe and telling us any old thing behind this act. Go outside and say it to a real Black American and see how that works for you, sir.
And he got up here saying that his parents were so scared. Let's be real, y'all was on D-rugs and it was so bad. But it wasn't as bad or wherever the fuck they fled from. It couldn't have been that bad because they fled from their homeland and came in and decided to live over here with us. So it couldn't have been that damn bad, sir. Please miss me. Get the hell out of here.
Let's not do that.
And I don't like
Even during our epidemic, it didn't get that bad. Okay.
Yeah, right.
We had an issue. Yeah, we had an issue, and that's something that we can really say the government put it in there. We can really say that. Okay. And we actually got rid of that. Okay. You don't have that now. What's their excuse? What's their excuse for leaving?
Right.
Because you don't leave a country if you think that country is better.
And I don't like
Y'all
that.
still sacrifice to come here.
Salia, she kind of was standing a little too hard on not apologizing. You almost got offended that you thought.
He make you walk that back.
I'm like, damn, you ain't
I
you
just
still don't know how to
acknowledge
apologize.
because I was also trying to be very careful with what I was saying. I acknowledge that I don't agree. If she had said that in my face, I would have said something. I've commented and said things. I've seen other Haitian people disagree. That's why I'm just like, no, like there's people that are saying like they don't agree. But for me to sit here and apologize, I didn't apologize though. I just acknowledged that I don't agree. I genuinely feel like I didn't do nothing. I didn't say nothing.
Let that roll off your back?
You said it like he called you out for being off code.
Right.
Yeah. Like he called you out because he called you a coward. And you was like, I didn't apologize.
He called me a coward because he said that I
called you out, and then you tried to make up for that, for what you said.
Speaking your language, like, oh no,
I feel as though he called me out for saying that I apologized when I really didn't apologize. So I said that. I don't think that it was more to it. There was nothing really more to it.
It was disrespectful. No, hold on. It looked like it was.
If you was to call me a coward, she was to call me a coward, I would have felt the same way. It's just like,
well, the way it looked. When he said you apologize, it looked like you felt disrespected.
I did feel disrespected because I didn't apologize.
So you feel disrespected and start
I felt disrespected because that was not the truth. If it was the truth, it would have been what it is, but it wasn't the truth.
There's been times, y'all, where my brothers, I have a bunch of little brothers, have done something out in public, and I had to, as their older brother, apologize to the people on their behalf. I said, hey, I'm sorry. I apologize. We weren't raised like that. There's times I've been out with my friends and they, do wild stuff or whatever the case is. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I apologize, sir. I apologize, man. We didn't even mean to. People do that. People apologize on other people's behalf, but he said it to you as if you were off code for apologizing. And instead of you standing, you explained to him. You tried to explain how that's not what you were doing.
Right.
That's exactly what you did. You were trying to explain it away like, oh, no. I'm not wrong. I didn't apologize. That's what you did because you didn't like the fact that he called you out for apologizing. Like you were supposed to stand behind that woman.
I did not like him lying and saying something that I did not say.
But ma'am, here's the thing. You should apologize for the off-code behavior coming from your community. You should. Yes, you should. The whole I didn't say it.
Listen, I feel as though we live in a world where I could.
Hold on, ma'am. It's coming from your community towards another community. So therefore, we do deserve an apology from that community.
Yeah.
And the fact that, and nobody even got on you for not apologizing, but the fact that you tried to announce and publicly make clear how you will not apologize.
I said that I don't feel like I need to apologize.
That's what we're calling out because you didn't have to say anything at all. But you tried to explain you didn't even get on him. You tried to explain to him first. And it wasn't until he kept getting on your case, then you started going back and forth with him. But before, when he first called you out, You tried to explain. That's what you did.
Mm.
We all saw it.
For my people. I find it because we've had grievances with the Haitian community for a while now, right? They've said other things on other podcasts and stuff. Now we didn't have this many Haitians visiting the room trying to speak up against them. Do you think that this sudden shift is because of mass deportations and that the fact that their TPS is ended, but it's in appellate court, their future is really, really in limbo? The future of those they love, even if they're not at risk of deportation. Do you feel this sudden shift in them willing to take some type of accountability, even though it's sort of fake to me? I question the timing. Why didn't they do all of this before?
I mean, that's all it is, right? Because think about it. We're literally their last line of like defense, right? Because all other like the Caribbeans, a lot of them don't like them. Let's be clear when we had this conversation. I've been seeing all kinds of disrespect for all throughout the Caribbeans, man. And we the only ones that still kind of on code and kind of like kind of try to show love and so when we say okay, we're gonna draw the line in the sand, it's like what do they have left, right? And that's kind of thing that's going on. And this is one thing I always say, family. This is why I always say the quiet majority sit back and allow the loud minority to run the rampant. Why? Because they are on code with what the loud minority is saying. They may not say it because they don't want to maybe lose their job, or they may have some business deals they doing with some Black American things like that. But subconsciously, low key, they are on code and think exactly what the loud minority is doing. This is why they only come out when we respond. Because so that's when people say, why? It's just one person. It's not all. Yeah, but you guys think it. That's why you allow this one person to continue to say this. This is why y'all allow these people to say this all the time and don't say nothing. They just saying what y'all think. And that's why you see the energy. No, how dare you? I'll never. What? I said sorry. No, hell, she was about to fight him. How
Mm-hmm.
dare you? How dare you say I said sorry? And that's the energy. So I'll land on that.
Mm-hmm.
No,
We're
I'm
gonna get
starting.
to hold on. We're gonna get to diaspora theory. You got it, sis.
Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm West Indian, Bajan Grenadian, first gen. Child, this topic here. I think it was Friday I had a live, and it's so crazy you talking about this because on my prompt, one of the, questions was, why don't Caribbean people hold their own accountable? Even though it was a Haitian lady, West Indians come to America and move as a conglomerate. So I feel like everybody should be bundled up in here. But in any case, there were a lot of Haitians on that live I had. And let's say like 8 out of 10 of them spent more time upset that I had their flag in the prompt than what the girl had actually said. And I was just like, you nullify this so-called accountability every single time you attempt to use the space for blame shifting, and even worse, try to play like you're the victim in this. What she said was wrong, period. There's no debate, there's no discussion, there's no discourse. All you had to do on that live I had, if you was a Haitian and you came up on there, all you had to do was say, I'm Haitian, I don't agree with this, I don't stand for this, she doesn't represent Haitian. That's all you had to say. But no, like 100%, 90% of the conversation was, why do you have a flag up there? You're generalizing. Don't do that, don't do this. And it's just like, as much as you want to prevent stereotyping, you affirm the stereotype because you're saying you need to be taught how to be civilized. You're saying you are too primitive and small-minded to have the capacity to take accountability. And I have to show you and hold your hand and walk you through how to take accountability. And because of our racial proximity to Black Americans, members of our community inadvertently become Black Americans' problem, but we are not their responsibility if you in this room right now. Okay? They are not obligated to rationalize with us or teach us anything. And I also find the fact that it's education in between whether or not another melanated group perpetuates anti-Blackness. I feel like that just proves how deep the tribalism goes in their own countries, because that's how fragile, there's a low trust environment that they come from, that you need education to treat another Black person with basic human decency. What are we talking about? You need to be taught that? What's going on? Why do you need to be taught that? Why is that not just the default understanding of another melanated person next to you? Okay, that's that. Next thing I want to say, I have tea, y'all. I have tea. Okay. People are gonna say I'm throwing fuel on the fire, but I'm actually removing the oxygen, okay? Because a fire can't kindle without oxygen. The idea that Black Americans targeted Haitians because y'all are Haitian does not come out of the Black American community. Black Americans never told their children, don't date Haitians, don't marry Haitians, don't hang out with Haitians, don't look like Haitians, don't dress like Haitians, don't be like Haitians, don't talk like Haitians. West Indians in general, that comes out of our households, okay? Let's be real. That doesn't come out of Black Americans' households, all right? So now to assert that somebody was bullying you because you're Haitian, they're not even thinking about you. They're not even talking about you. They barely even know you exist. Moving on. You want to know, though, where that rhetoric does come out of? The West Indies. Let me tell y'all this. I asked a woman who was on my panel. She was Haitian. And she brought up the whole Haitian beat up day thing in Miami, blah, blah, blah. I asked her, I was like, how do you know that those people were Black Americans that was bullying Haitians in Miami? I was like, how do you know? And she was like, oh, well, they were acting, they were talking like. I was like, no. How do you know they were Black Americans? How do you know they weren't first-gen Jamaicans? How do you know they wasn't first-gen anything else? Okay, because the cosplaying is generational. Busta Rhymes got the most outrageously sized chains known to man, a whole Jamaican. Trina is Dominican and Bahamian. Foxy Brown is Trinidadian. Nicki is Trini. Biggie, Jamaican descent. Slick Rick, Jamaican. So, in Miami, where melanated immigrants can't wait to get to America and wear American clothes, abandon their own heritage, and dress head to toe in a culture that don't belong to them, how do you know they were even Black American? You can't say Black Americans were targeting Haitians because you're Haitian, because Black Americans don't even think or talk about you. But you know who does? The entire West Indies. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to throw fuel on this fire. Moving the oxygen, because y'all are trying to act like this idea comes from Black Americans. It does not. Y'all trying to rewrite history and act like the entire West Indies has not always dogged Haiti. I'm not calling it right. I'm sharing what I've observed, okay? The entirety of the West Indies have always dogged Haiti. Haitians were always viewed and treated as the bottom of the barrel by other West Indians, okay? Jamaicans don't want their daughters dating or marrying Haitians. Interesting, right? Okay, if you were a child and you dressed yourself and whatever, and you came out and you was wearing mismatched clothing, your parents would be like, what are you, a Haitian? Go change. If you didn't bathe properly, you know what people say? What are you, a Haitian? Go wash up properly. I'm just sharing what actually went down. People trying to act brand new. Wow. Okay, people trying to act real brand new. All right, the very last thing I want to say. Haitians have always been publicly and overtly dogged through the entire West Indies, whether it was the whole voodoo thing, because the entirety of the West Indies do not get down with that. You may have the pockets of places, right? But the entirety of the West Indies do not mess with the voodoo thing. And not all Haitians do it, but I'm just reporting what I've witnessed, okay? I'm just reporting what I witnessed, whether it's Haitian, the HBO, okay, y'all know what that stands for? The acronym exists for a reason. Okay, whether it's how they dress, whatever. The entire West Indies has always dogged Haitians. Anyway, moving on. VYE. That is a Haitian Creole word, and it means dirty. It means trash. It means rubbish. It means raggedy. It means lower echelon. That woman got up on that podcast and gave everyone the English version of that word. And Haitians are going to try and act like, oh, that's not a slur. But the fact is that it's used in a derogatory statement, in a derogatory way. And there are Haitians, I'm gonna DM you the videos, Afro. There are Haitians that use that terminology in conjunction with Black Americans. So early I was hearing Haitians trying to like, you know, deflect and change the subject or like try and move the goalposts. It's like, no, this terminology, this ideology exists within y'all communities, and y'all trying to act like it doesn't. How you pronounce it, I believe, is ve. So it's like they, they'll say they Black Americans. So you know how she said dirty? It basically means trash in Haitian Creole. And this is terminology that they use, okay? It could mean vagabond, it could mean just all the worst things. All the worst things. Okay, all the worst things. I think I'll land there.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
right.
Well, now,
I tell you
shout
one
out.
thing, she would be the light. She would be the light to the end of the tunnel, family, because that's what we want, accountability.
Exactly.
Truth.
Like
Y'all
that,
need to
Hawk.
act more like her. That's what y'all need to be
Yeah,
doing,
that was a
honestly.
good
If we have
example
more
right there.
people like her, we'd be cool. We wouldn't have a problem.
We wouldn't have no
Put some fire
problem.
flames in the chat, family. That was fire.
And I didn't know
I
it
think her
was to
microphone
that.
is on fire.
I didn't realize I was
That's
on
why
the
she
But
has
do
to
you host
stop
live?
because the mic was heating
I'm
up.
sorry, that's for theory. The chat wants to know: do you host these lives? You host these lives, right? These topics.
Yeah, they're not like
Hmm.
planned. They're real sporadic, but I do host them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I didn't realize though that it was to that extent that you know, everybody in the West Indies was, you know, going on Haitians like that and comparing them. That was like a bad comparison to, you know. I did hear that for Dominican Republic, definitely while I was over there. So you know, that it's really not that surprising, but that's a damn shame. And it sounds like what that girl was doing was really projecting onto the brothers what she already knew, or what she thought they would put onto her, because that's something that she know her people is known for. So yeah, egregious.
Now, remember earlier in the conversation, I said I call cap on Black Americans bullying them for no reason. I said that they keep telling this narrative, pushing this narrative that we was just bullying them for no reason. I'm like, you know what? The more I think about it, the less sense it makes. What she just said cleared everything up.
Right, exactly. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm just here to tell the truth, guys. I'm just here to tell the truth.
If more people come like that, I promise you there'll be nothing. Just be honest. Be honest. You see how Afro earlier he said in the 80s, yeah, that did happen. That's a fact. We call a spade a spade. We don't have to hide.
And you know, it'd be one thing if other groups just stood 10 toes down on, okay, I just want to be with my people and I don't want to mess with no one else. Okay, cool. But that's not the case. Y'all willingly insert yourselves into Black American spaces, Essence Fest, Juneteenth. I don't want to go down the list, right? So, and you try and hang this unity thing over people's heads. But obviously, y'all don't view all Black people as one people, because you stop at your flag. If we were all one Black people and you really felt that in your heart and your spirit and your mind and your soul, what she said would have disturbed you, period. It wouldn't be no, oh, but don't generalize Haitian. No, you see yourself as Black and you see other people around you as Black. What she said would have disturbed you, period. And I land.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. But we can't be on too long because I do got to go live on YouTube a little bit later. So let's get to, who is this? Tis back. Or I
TT.
know I'm messing that up because you came the other day and that's not
TT.
yours.
Yeah,
TT is
TT.
back.
Yeah,
I think
salute, family, salute. Why y'all let that 950-year-old angry senior citizen get up here? But that ain't what well, that's part of what I have to say.
Yeah, I didn't
But
know who he was before he started speaking.
yeah, he mad because they took his sister off TV with the PJs. He the brother of the, this not for all you Haitians, but that's his sister, the Haiti lady. That's why he pissed off. But anyways, so what I
Really?
wanted to say was that it's amazing how whenever someone disrespects the Black American community, right? It's always, oh, well, we all don't feel that way, right? But when it was the Zulu parade, everybody in Africa, different countries, not just South Africans, was coming for Black Americans. When that hurricane hit in Jamaica, we had white tea people, we had Jamaicans, and we had different parts of the Caribbean that was putting us all up in the same box. Now you got this Haitian girl that ain't got her ass up here. And now it's mighty funny how when it comes to us being disrespected, we get generalized. It's all of us. But when one of their people say something, and it's, oh, well, we all don't feel the same way. Yes, you do. Because not enough of y'all speak up about it. And then when we get disrespected, we're wrong if we feel a certain type of way. We're wrong for speaking up. Then you want to say, oh, well, you guys are generalizing all of us. Yeah, the same thing that y'all do to us. It's the same exact thing. And what was crazy, even with the South African thing, with the girl that was doing the videos, we had not only Africans, we had white tea people, we had Haitians and Jamaicans that was making videos, disrespectful videos about FBA. So it's mighty funny how when it comes to disrespect, when it comes to us, everybody don't remember that part. But as soon as somebody say something about them, then we're attacking everybody, right? And so that's what I don't understand. It's almost like y'all have amnesia. It's almost like y'all could disrespect us and we're supposed to sit back and take it, because as soon as we speak up, then we're being xenophobic. Then we're being divisive. Then we don't want unity. Then we're ghetto. Then you get to talking about our communities, but a lot of y'all are up in our communities. You talked about the crimes. We are seeing now Black Americans ain't been out there up in the streets. Everybody else crimes coming up. So it's mighty funny how you can utilize the things that's not good up in our neighborhoods that y'all contribute to, but you ain't gonna never tell that part about how y'all contribute to it, and you got all this smoke for us, but y'all not up in y'all damn homelands. So here's a solution that we can do. Y'all can get ready for this TPS and y'all can go back up over to y'all homelands and fix that up. And then we can fix our communities, and then we'll see community for community of how things will look in a totally different way. What I don't understand is the disrespect. What I don't understand is y'all wouldn't be up over here if it wasn't for us and if it wasn't for our ancestors. And I know a lot of Haitians gonna say, well, what about 1804? That was 222 years ago. So we don't even want to hear that shit. We checking disrespect from everybody, whether or not you white, tea, Haitian, African. We don't care. We don't owe nobody nothing. It don't matter that she got up there and called Haitians dirty too. That's y'all cop out. And that's the disrespect. Y'all want us to be like, oh, well, you shouldn't say nothing because she talked about Haitians too. That's not our problem. That's your problem. We talking about her disrespecting us. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the constant disrespect from the diaspora in regards to us. Y'all quick to call us xenophobic and divisive. You stay up in our chats and up in our panels and everything else. And then when you get roasted, then you want to feel a certain type of way, but you sit up in the comments and you see your people saying disrespectful stuff to us, and y'all don't have nothing to say. You just heard this old ass 950-year-old rejected Moses get up here and talk about the Black community up in the 80s, but he ain't got his old Metamucil, Geritol, the pen diaper ass up over there up in Haiti talking about what he'll do, because he ain't gonna survive. Do they got nursing homes up over there? And I'm not even trying to be disrespectful, but I'm tired of people disrespecting us. I'm tired of people feeling like it's okay. We're supposed to always be the bigger person. We're supposed to always be the ones not to say nothing. But as soon as you say something about one of them, then we're xenophobic, we're divisive, we're all these things. We can't have unity with you people because you don't want unity. You want tangibles from us. And as long as you can get what you want from us, then you cool. And y'all been disrespecting us for the longest because you have heard us. We have heard you and you have showed us. We know about y'all parents telling y'all not to fool with us. We know about the conversations. You know why? Because y'all told us. The reason why a lot of y'all get mad now is because you thought, because we were so quiet for so long, that we wasn't paying attention. Y'all thought that we was remedial and we didn't understand what was going on. And now that we have said enough is enough and we responding back to the BS, now it's an issue. And that's what y'all don't like, because you do it to each other. And what we're saying now is no more disrespect will be tolerated. Don't come and disrespect us and then get mad at how we respond. Because for now on, whatever you give is what you gonna get. And if you don't like it, take your ass home to your homeland, build that up. Don't be worried about us. We know about the issues that we got up over here up in this country. This our homeland. Let us worry about our issues and you worry about yours. Don't come and tell us about no unity about nothing until you get your homelands fixed. Because a lot of y'all, you can't even go back up over there to them lovely homelands that y'all so much love, and you want to sit up there and prop up. You got these Caribbean parades in New York and other places that y'all don't even, Black Americans, y'all don't allow us to come up. Y'all have an issue if we even try to do anything, but it's okay for y'all to do it to us. Y'all got the game twisted. And I'm gonna drop down because I didn't talk too much. But yeah, to the old ass man, you just mad because they took your sister up off the TV show, you old ass Haitian bastard. And this ain't to the rest of the Haitians, but that's just for him because I didn't like what he said. The pen bastard.
All right. All right. Appreciate you. Well, man, we can't be on too long. But let me say this one thing. He brought up our epidemic, right? The hard candy, quoting my language, hard candy epidemic that we had back in the 80s, which we did have, okay? The government did put that in the community. I mean, they kind of based Snowfall, the TV show, off of that. And they were very kind of sugarcoating how much the government played a factor in that, to be very honest with you. But that did happen. Yeah, it did. And he said that was their justification or rationale as to why their parents told their kids not to hang around Black Americans because of that, right? Okay. Notice how when it's our crime or our epidemics, things that we've gone through, notice how that is used as the rationale for the bigotry and disdain and the vitriol and the stereotypes. That, well, I mean, y'all did have the hard candy epidemic. Y'all did have this. Y'all did have that. Okay, fine. There was a couple years ago in New York where there was this one woman who, I guess she was at some type of dollar store or something like that. And this guy comes up and he tries to get her number. She turns him down. He goes up and he starts biting her. He literally, I'm not playing. He literally starts, and this on camera too, starts biting her so bad she had to go to the hospital. Luckily, she did survive that. They caught the guy. Turned out the dude was Haitian. So on the internet, we was all like, hey, we just letting it be known. Hey, that guy is Haitian. That guy is Haitian. You had a whole bunch of people like, oh my God, why does it matter that he's Haitian? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? See, because when it's negative, y'all don't mind throwing it on us when it's negative, because that is your justification and rationale for your bigotry and mistreatment of us. Okay. And if we were to keep the same energy, all of a sudden it doesn't matter that they're Haitian. All of the crime and stuff like that. Oh, the ethnicity of the person doing it doesn't matter. All right. Diaspora Theory, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Sincerely, I do. That's why we call that out. Is because when it's something negative, y'all don't mind. Yeah, you know, Black Americans, y'all had this going on. Y'all know y'all know y'all do this. Y'all know y'all do this. Y'all know they throw all of this garbage on us. They throw it on us like we're a trash dumpster. Okay, so they can be clean and sanitized. And no, everybody got to wear their own jacket now. Okay, that's why we do that, because y'all try to weaponize crime against us, and we're no longer allowing y'all to do that. That's why we call it out when y'all do it. We're gonna get
Afro, can I
to
tell you, I love when you monologue, right? And please notice, I ain't dropped nobody today.
You did. That's true. That's true. That's true. You didn't. All right, we got a good maybe 20 minutes left. We got a good about 20 minutes left, right? I think so. So we can try to get as many people in here as possible. So let's get to Walking in Truth, and then we get to I Speak.
Okay, I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. Years ago,
when it all went down, I think they were having some issues, earthquakes and everything in Haiti, and people was going down there and everything like that. The CNBC church or whatever, it was one of these little white tea churches that was just kind of on some mess. They was on some mess. It wasn't even no kind of on a mess. And they got up there and they were like, I don't know if y'all remember this. They got there was like the reason why Haiti is having so many problems. And they got up there with a black lady. They did it with the black lady, and they were like, it's because they practice. I'm not gonna say the word because I don't know if it's some stuff to get it. But anyway, the spiritual stuff they practice out there, and the whole black community, black all black American community was like, how dare y'all say anything against them? All the juju y'all do in America, woody 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 woody, blah 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 blah. Like we was just blasting them. Like, how dare y'all say something about them? Y'all don't know a lot of them people is Christian. Da 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 da. And we just went hard for them. Lo and behold, they want to talk about our situation with the smack epidemic. It's a problem when we have a problem, but when they have a problem, it's all and we go to bat for them. And we do that for a lot of different ethnicities. We cater for a lot of different BOK ethnicities or what you call it, melanated people of ethnicities. We go hard for them, and then when it come back for us, it's nothing. And not only is it nothing, it's a bunch of stuff within their own community. The other thing I have a problem, that's just something I remember so explicitly of us having their back. We condemned the black lady that was with them. We just went hard. We apologized to them, let them know every time we turn around, that is not us. We do not believe that. We know that y'all got Christians there. We do not believe that's why y'all country is like that. We know them people stole from y'all. We just went hard. Okay. I don't know if y'all remember that. Y'all might not remember it, but I remember that very vividly. Okay. The other thing I have a problem with is I was up in these panels, um, and they want to pretend. See, what that lady did was very selfish. If somebody else said this, I want to give them credit for that. What that lady did was very selfish because they getting ready to not be able to be here anymore. Okay, and so when she did that, it's creating a whole thing where like they don't have no cushion from BLK people, right? Not to mention they definitely don't have no cushion from white T people because them white people do not care. Um, and so it's put in a situation right now where they getting ready a lot of them that don't have that status that's protecting them. I forgot the name of it. They getting ready to have to
TPS.
go. Yeah, they getting ready to go back home, and we see what ICE is doing. So the point of what's going on is it's kind of one of these situations where they feel like nobody but to have their back. But instead of them humbling themselves and saying and completely discrediting that lady and completely going hard like that is not us, they got up on a panel the other day and was like trying to say little weird stuff like they were, and I say weird because it was like a double-minded type of thing. Like, we not with her, but y'all the one that didn't get out of 400 years after us, out of slavery, 400 years after us and stuff like that. That's the point of those panels that gray haired guy, that older guy was on. And that guy was up on that panel talking about he was Jamaican. Now that's what he said in that panel, more or less is what he was saying. I don't
Mm.
know if he really is or he really not. That's why what BX said was kind of true. Like, what was he doing? Because he wasn't even going back and forth with her in Creole. But I was listening very, very much so. Okay. Um, what's going on is that in their family groups, they just flat out taught them people to not respect us, to not have no honor for us, and to feel like they was better than us on some level or another. We never really cared because we really didn't see them. We saw them, but we didn't see them. Like, we gave them their little respect, okay, da, 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 but we never really was in their face like that. So what they thought, because we wasn't in their face like that, we wasn't coming back at them like that, they thought that we was dumb. It's on some level they thought we was slow, like we wasn't catching up to the fact that they really wasn't showing us respect like that. But we didn't really care for the most part because a lot of us was already in our own groups, in our own world. We don't really deal with y'all like that. So the problem of it is that what they have to unpack, and they don't really want to unpack, is that they really have a certain kind of way that they operate within their own groups, and they don't want to fully unpack that, and they don't fully want to deal with that. So instead of them acting like instead of them going hard and saying we completely want to we want to completely let that lady know we apologize to you guys. We want to let everybody know that we nothing with that lady. This is that and the other, and want to really go hard for us or really go hard for what's right. Really, not even just for us. They want to keep some of that, and that's the point I'm trying to make. I don't know if that I'm a little tired, y'all, but that's
No,
the
no,
point
you
I'm
yeah,
trying to
you
make.
got it, you got it, you got it, you got it.
Like basically they want to keep that. They want to keep that in their little world, and they want to keep that as they want to keep their little stuff on the unseen. That's what we like to call it over here, on the unseen. It's like see us but don't see us. Know that we don't really like y'all, but don't really have that, don't really have that fire for us. But now that it's all the way out, and I almost feel like this is happening because we need to know with the dividing line of who's with us and who's not with us. Because I keep asking myself, why does this keep happening? Is this some type? This is how far that they don't want to take responsibility. This guy getting up on the thing today, this Haitian guy, and he's talking about some on a panel, and he's talking about some yeah, they paid that lady to do that. She's a paid actress. No, she was not. She was not a paid actress. She might
Yep.
have got paid for coming on the show, but she wasn't a paid actress. Oh, woody woody woo. She was. This is just some people trying to make us know what it is that some of y'all getting money with us because a lot of BOK Americans know how to get money multiple different ways, sometimes ethically, sometimes unethically. It is what it is. And y'all, some of y'all realize like, look, we don't want to mess our money up because we getting money with these people one way or the other, whether they come into our business or whether we're coming to their businesses or they're doing business with us. And so that's one of the issues that guy had, him particularly, not all of them. And so that's another one of the issues too. Some of them are getting money with us. Then some of them are looking at us like, dang, they were kind of a protected key to us being able to stay here. Well, not anymore as much. And so I'm gonna land there, but that's what's going on partially, is that a lot of them realize that once we're not on their side, it's pretty much nobody but God on their side.
Mm.
If even that, because they've been so disrespectful, I don't even know if he's on their side like that. To be quite honest, I'm not even gonna say he's on their side like that because they've just been too disrespectful and too dishonorable, and they've been trying to be sneaky about it. They really should have just been real about it. Like, look, we just don't like y'all like that. But it is that they want us to still get something from us like that at the same time. So I'll land there.
Hmm. People in the chat room, before we get to I speak, people in the chat room saying, I still love my Haitian brothers and sisters. I still do. Do you? Do you? Because if you actually do love somebody, love comes with a sense of wanting the best out of people, wanting the best from people and for people, right? If you really did, I'm not trying to tell nobody who to love or who not to love. If you really did love somebody for real, you would want them to do better. They have a TV show. There was a TV show I used to watch. Remember that one dude who went viral for crying? He was like, ah! Remember that guy? That was based off of a TV show where families would come together and they would do, I forgot the term for it, but they would come together and try to convince the person to go to rehab because they do love that person and because they do want the best for that person. So the families would come together, intervention, thank you. They would have an intervention to try to get the person to come to rehab. That's where that viral clip was from, right? Because they want better for that person. If you actually love somebody, you don't defend bad behavior. When you actually love and want the best for somebody, for a group of people, then you make them take accountability for their behavior and their actions, and you make them do better. That's what you do when you really love somebody. When you love somebody, you don't allow them to destroy themselves. You do that when you actually hate somebody. That's what you do. Let's get to I Speak.
How you guys doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. So what I want to say is that
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from DMV.
Where's your ethnic background from?
I'm black.
You're Black
Black
American?
American, yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. So like I was saying, the issue that I have, the issue that I have and that many other people have is that these excuses we're constantly hearing, like, oh, we're not educated enough to know these things. Like, What's going on in Haiti right now, they don't even have a functioning government. Now, I've been watching what's been going on in Haiti since it started. And there is one of the guys, he's a gang leader. One of the like he's in charge of one of the main gangs that is currently controlling Haiti right now. Now, his nickname is Barbecue, like grilling. And I remember when I first heard that, I was like, I know exactly what the news is trying to do. They want us to think that he's barbecuing people. Well, it turns out that's a nickname they gave him because his father was a barbecuer, or his father barbecued when he was a child. Now, if I can decipher that or determine that, why is it that when people say, disparaging things and negative things about Black Americans, then suddenly, oh, I don't know, I don't know any better. Like I'm not smart enough to know that what they're saying is anti-Black American propaganda. The reality is that so many people, and it's not just the Caribbeans too, it's Africans too. So many people, there's so much anti-Black American rhetoric that passes through their families. You'll have many Africans who be like, I don't want you marrying no Black American. I don't want you to marry, or I don't want you to marry a Caribbean. And then you have, for example, you have Ethiopians. Ethiopians were like, they'll say it in Amharic. You're not marrying a Black American. They'll say, Eritreans will say it in Tigrinya. You're not marrying a Black American. And I'm thinking, if y'all dislike Black Americans so much, why is it that when y'all come to America, y'all come to our communities, y'all try to set up shop in our communities? Why won't y'all go to the Asian communities? Why won't y'all go to the Hispanic communities or the white tea communities? No, but they stay in our communities. They siphon the money from our communities, but then at the same time they talk about us. And it's very I don't know if you guys I don't know if you guys saw this, but I think it was last night during the BAFTA award. This white tea guy who had Tourette's, he screamed out the N-word while Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were giving their were announcing the awards. And you have a lot of people, white tea people, who are making excuses. Oh, that's how Tourette's works. No, that's not how Tourette's works. That's how racism works. If you have Tourette's, whatever is in your vocabulary, that's what's gonna come out of your mouth uncontrollably. So the fact that this guy has the N-word in his vocabulary is why it's why when one of his tics, that was one of his tics, because he is a racist. And the same thing is when I hear this the Haitian girl, like I saw the clip of her when she was on that podcast. If Black Americans are dirty, why you dressing like one? Why you trying to talk like one? Everything she is like, it's that, that expression that Black Americans has got no community. I mean, sorry, not community, culture. Everyone's copying our culture. You can go to South Africa, you can go to Nigeria. They're trying to look like us. We're not like, you can go to the Caribbeans, they're trying to look like us. This Haitian girl is trying to look like a Black American. Look at we can see it in the picture you have up. Look at her hair. Look at the way she speaks. Yeah, I get it. Maybe she was born in somewhere in New York City, but still, when it comes to saying negatives, when it comes to saying something negative about the Black American community, that's fine, but looking like them, is acceptable. Mm-hmm. That's why I want to land that.
Looking like us, acting like us, pretty much saying you are one of us. It's something that they do. It's something that we experience often. Yeah, they pick and choose, which is why we're drawing the line in the sand, which is why you're seeing the delineation movement. Okay, because y'all don't get to jump back and forth between being one of us and then not. This whole universal lineage where y'all get to come in at your convenience and then y'all get to leave at when y'all don't want to. Okay, when y'all want to win an award, y'all got your flags up in the background and all that stuff. But then when it comes to solving an issue, hold on, guys, we're all black, and you know when the police pull us over, they don't see a difference. That's over with. That's all over with. That's over with. Let's get to Ronnie Mack.
What's up with it? Thank you for having me up, family. I'd like to say, you know how in the 60s, we could look back to like, you can see MLK and videos of Malcolm, and then you know, going to the 70s, you can see footage of Black Panthers, and, you know, going to the 90s, Rodney King, and even Trayvon Martin, and all this documented history, right? I love that they get up here and say all this stuff and let it out, because I'm not sure if they realize this. You guys know this shit is being documented, right? So 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 10 years from now, when people start looking and teaching on history, and especially about the 2020s when the foundational Black Americans shook everything the fuck up, you know that when they study that, they're going to see your guys' faces, they're going to hear your voices, they're going to see these lives, they're going to see these panels, all this stuff on YouTube. And shit, to be honest, a lot of you guys are not making your communities look good, and the people in the future will be able to see that if they're not seeing it now. And then the next thing, what TT was saying, I know it's not all of them, but this is the thing. It's 100% of the tethers. And also, when they say, and I know it's not everybody, but I do these experiments, right? And like on TikTok, so I have like a pen and a pad, and I'll go into rooms and I'll write like on the top of the paper. So for the night on the panel, I'll be like, what community has the most crash outs? And then I'll just start putting countries, and then I'll watch the panel, or I'll even be on it. And when people crash out, I'll put a tally under where they're from, right? Oh, 2 for Nigeria, oh, 3 for Somalia, so on and so forth. I've done that, but the title on the top of the page is how many people enter tonight that are tethers versus not. And I kid you not, you guys, I've done that multiple times on multiple people's lives, and the overwhelming majority of times, I'm talking about like 90-10, 80-20 on a good day, all of them, damn near 90% come in, they're tethers. It'd be the 10, maybe 20 on a good day that are respectful, not the tethers. So how many Africans get on TikTok a day? How many Caribbeans? How many South Americans? You know, whatever. It's a lot. And then how many of those are in these algorithms in the FBA universe, right? Whatever that number is, which I'm sure is pretty big, why is it that when I do my experiments, is it 90-10? Why is it 80-20? That's not the minority. You feel me? And I'll land with this too. The sister that got up here and she was giving us the game about like what they be saying, and how she said, she made a remark. She said when she was growing up, if they was dressing like dirty or bummy or whatever, her mom would make a comment and say, why are you, take that off, why are you dressing like a Haitian? How I know, and my community knows, that we don't attack nobody because they're Haitian or this or that or whatever, because she's quote unquote black, right? She's melanated. But her mom, who I assume looks like her, said that about another black person. My mom's foundational Black American, and growing up, I heard it a lot, but she wasn't telling me because I was always fly, right? But my sister, she used to have on like blue socks with some fucking sandals and like green pants and a purple shirt, and think she about to go somewhere. And my mom be like, Selena, take your ass in the room and go change. And she be like, why? She like, cause girl, you dress like a goddamn Russian. That's what my mom would tell my sister when she needed a, you know, she was looking all bootsy. She's a foundational Black American. My mom didn't make no remarks like that about no quote unquote black people. She had smoke for whites with her little slick comebacks to my sister. That's how I know we're different. I've never heard no shit like that in my culture from none of my family or nothing, and I'll land with that.
Yeah, we've never had this cultural disdain for anybody, okay? When it comes to quote-unquote people of color, which is really non-YT people, we've been the most welcoming, we've been the most helpful, friendly, all of that stuff. and everybody and their mama have come over here with the same type and energy of anger, vitriol, blame, rivalry. We face that from everybody. They act like we're the reason they fled. That's how they act. We'll get to Violin Mommy, and then we'll get to V1
Please,
Business.
I'm sorry. I know you're trying to leave, but there's a lady named Shells. Remember when I came in and I said, I watched the platform and I noticed the Haitians' reactions. Now, Shells is in the comment section trying to act like she big and bad, but when she was on that platform, she was pleading her case. But the lady who hosted the platform was bi-ethnic with Jamaican roots, right? So she was very respectful on the bi-ethnic platform, but now she's in here cursing in our chat. I sent her an invite so she could come say it with her chest. You were copping mad please yesterday, honey. And today you acting like you big and bad? Come up and have the discussion with us respectfully as you did the bi-ethnic. Or get out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Come on.
I sent you the invite. All you got to do is accept it.
Shells.
Don't act like we ain't send you the invite. And I remain on mute, and you could talk to ZZ and Afro Lee.
Oh, no, I hit the wrong button. Hold on. I didn't mean to get you. Hold on. I'm sorry. Shells. What's up, Shells?
Nothing much. I didn't know I wasn't allowed to comment, but
No,
apparently,
it's
according
not.
to
It's not
her, I
being
can't.
allowed. It's
The
not
way
being
you
allowed to
Not
comment.
this
It's
way.
You were
what you're commenting.
cussing. You were cussing. We heard about this shit so many times. Like, so what? If
So
you was on the
what?
platform yesterday and you discussed it, that ain't our platform. This is our platform. And we're going to discuss whatever affects us whenever we want. You don't get to
It
dictate
was a whole
that.
different
Nor do
panel.
you
I
get to
can
be
talk and respond when I
disrespectful
want
because you was
to.
peace and humble on the bi-ethnic platform. Be humble on the full Black
Because
American
she was
side
respectful
too,
to
honey.
me, so
Hold on.
I'm respectful
Who
back.
was
Duh.
disrespectful to
Shells.
you,
Where are you
Shell?
from? Where are you from, Shells? Where's your ethnic background from?
I'm from America.
She's Haitian.
Do you want to try that again?
No, I don't want to try it again because y'all keep on trying to say we were arguing the other day, Ronnie, and you tried to say that I wasn't American. So
We
I
weren't
didn't ask if
arguing.
you
We
were
were educating
American.
you.
Hold on. I didn't
My
ask if
bad.
you
My
were an
bad, Afro.
American citizen. I
are you
asked
guys
your
gonna let me talk?
ethnic
Y'all let me up,
background.
but yet don't want to let me talk.
Ma'am, I asked
Your
you a
Haitian
question.
background, tell the truth.
One
Why are
person
you
can
being
talk at a
I want you
time,
to understand
please.
this is my first
Can
time,
one person talk
Shells.
at a time?
Shells. When I talk as the host, everybody has to listen. All right. This is my first time interacting with you. And the first thing you did based off the first question is you're going to lie and be dishonest. You know
How was
what
I
we're
lying and
asking.
being dishonest?
You know what we're asking.
No
You're
one's
Haitian,
punking
aren't you? You're
out.
Haitian. You're
The
Haitian,
fuck?
right? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm Haitian American. Why?
Why didn't you say that when I asked you that?
Because I knew they would try to pull up some shit and be like, "Oh my gosh, you're not even American."
But I want you to
Blah
understand
blah
how you
blah.
start. Hold on, ma'am. How you start
They
is how
came
you
at me
finish.
first.
How you start is how you finish. I didn't come at you. I brought you up because BX said something. How you start is how you finish. You came up here trying to be deceitful and dishonest. Now, based off of our first interaction, first impressions matter, right? Now, how am I supposed to judge you as an honorable person? How am I
I don't
supposed
really
to
care because they came at me first. So I don't really
hold on.
care.
Now, while you're trying to, ma'am. Now, while you're trying to make it, you're an adult. I'm an adult. I can tell. Let's
Okay.
tone that down. So, while you're trying to make it seem like people are coming at you, look at how you're entering in the room. You entered in the room being dishonest and lying and being deceitful, and that you're sitting up there acting as if people are coming at you. I
She
can
did
see why
come at me.
people are
Did you
on your.
not see what she
Hold
just
on.
did?
I can see why people are on your bumper because I can already tell based off of everything you're a dishonest person because you're not being honest about
No,
what
I'm
you
not
were
a
doing in
dishonest
the
person.
chat
You don't
room.
even know me. You don't know
Ma'am,
me,
you
and
just
neither do
lied to
these other
me.
two
You just
people. You
lied
don't
to
know me.
me.
You don't
That's
know
I
me.
know enough
Don't act
about
like
you.
you
You just
do.
lied to
Don't
me.
act like you do. You don't. And
Ma'am.
neither does this person, BX or Ronnie. They
Right.
don't.
Do
We
y'all
don't
see
know
that? Do
you, so
y'all
what's the
see
I'm
reason
a
to
the
lie?
fact
name.
that she can literally just get
Are
up
you a
here in
New
front
York
of hundred?
peasant?
You
Are you
don't
a
know
New
We
York
have,
me. You
peasant,
don't know
Shell?
me.
Are you a New
You
York
ma'am.
don't know
peasant?
me.
So
Because
what's
you're
the
acting
reason
like
to
a New
Hold
lie?
on,
York
hold on.
peasant.
Okay, hold on. Because we can't be doing this. You don't know me. You don't know me. I know enough. I know enough.
Yeah, just
There's
show
over
your hand.
500 people in here. The first
Don't.
thing she did was start
You don't.
lying and being dishonest.
You don't. You don't.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest.
But do you want to have a conversation or not? Because I'm not in the
Are you
mood.
going to lie? Are we going to have an honest conversation? Are you going to tell the truth from now on?
Y'all tell the truth. Go ahead. Ask me what you want to ask. Go right ahead.
Why are you irritated that we're having this conversation? Because you
I'm
express
irritated at
irritation.
those two other people. I'm not irritated at you. And you let them continue to be disrespectful to me, which I don't
Ma'am, I've
appreciate.
only
It's your
seen.
panel, correct?
Hold on.
Okay,
Stop.
so 1 minute. Let
Stop.
me tell you why
Do
I
you see?
sent her
I'm
an
gonna be
invite.
honest. I'm gonna be
I
honest.
know.
Y'all not looking
And you
good at
allow them to
all.
do this to
Y'all.
me.
1
First
minute,
off,
I'm a mod. I'm a mod.
stop.
And I sent her the invite Afro because I saw her say, this has been discussed 100 times already. Get over the shit. Or some mess she said like that. So I told her that you have discussed it on another platform, but in this panel, we're going to discuss it as many times as we want. She kept commenting to other people. So I came off my mic. I said, Afro, Shells is here because Shells is one of the ones who was trying to get us to excuse the Haitians' behavior yesterday on another platform. She wasn't this
No, I did
unruly
not. I took
on the other
accountability. I did
platform.
not do
Yes,
that.
you did.
Ma'am,
Yes, you
stop
did. Yes,
talking.
you did.
Stop.
And she was
No, I
saying that
didn't.
is just one person. Don't judge all of the Haitians. And now she's coming in here with some bravado in the comments section talking about it's been discussed over 100 times already. Well, ma'am, this is our
I can talk in the
platform. This
comment
is
section all
Afro's
I
platform.
want. It's a
I
comment.
am a mod. And I said, you were respectful in the other platform. You being disrespectful in our comment section, and we could discuss whatever we want, right? Or
She
you
was
could scroll
respectful to me,
on.
so
What made you feel so emboldened to come
she
in here
was
and
respectful
disrupt
to
our
me.
panel, right? Who was disrespectful?
You were. I said that a
How?
million times.
How? How? Because I told you to scroll on. If you discussed it
You don't even know
100
what I
times
was
on another
responding
platform,
to.
this is the first time we're discussing it here. You don't get to tell us what to discuss here, man. You didn't even have to comment
No one
that.
told you what to
You know
do.
how many platforms I passed that say
No
SBA's
one
this
told
and
you what to do.
SBA's that? I don't enter platforms I don't want to go up and be disruptive on. Y'all can think whatever you want, but the truth of the matter remains you
I can
or
say whatever I
somebody you love will
want.
be deported or denaturalized, Shell. But you will address your behavior. You were disrespectful in this chat, ma'am.
I was responding back to someone. And you don't even
Well,
know
who
what
was
was
that
going
person
on.
that you felt
You don't even
disrespected
know
you?
what was
Because all
going
I
on, but
did
you're
was tell
so
you to
quick
scroll on.
to
If you
jump
don't like
and
my
throw shit in
tone,
my
you think I'm
face.
supposed to coddle you. I'm not going to coddle a tether, who I know was copping pleas
Oh, there you
yesterday
go.
on
There
another
it
platform,
comes.
man.
There it
You was humble
goes.
as
I don't
pie
really
on the half
care. I
Jamaican
really don't
live, right?
care.
But here in the full Black American live, you up here being disrespectful. Own your shit,
Y'all
man.
expect respect, but don't give it. Plain and
Ma'am.
You don't
simple.
You
deserve
did
no
leave
okay?
though.
Hold
respect
Plain and
till
on.
you
Hold
exhibit
simple.
on.
it.
Well, I
And
don't.
I match
If I don't deserve
disrespect
anything,
Okay.
don't
with
give it to me. I
giving,
don't know
man.
you.
You
Okay.
I
can't
don't
out
know you.
disrespect me,
And I don't
honey.
Okay.
care.
Here's the
Good.
thing.
Well,
Here's
next
the
time,
thing.
hear enough not to get yourself in this
Good
position, ma'am.
then.
You
Good.
did it to yourself. Own it.
Great.
You did it to yourself, ma'am. You did it to yourself.
I did nothing to
Period.
myself.
You did. You came in this platform and you felt so emboldened to tell us to get over something and stop discussing something. This ain't your platform, ma'am.
Did
All
anyone
right.
say it was my platform?
Okay. Stop. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This woman is arguing like she's 15.
Yeah.
Honestly, the just the
I really
demeanor
don't
and
even
the
care to talk to
responses in
y'all.
the
Like,
ha ha, you can't tell me
honestly, I don't
nothing.
care.
That you're giving a
I can
very
say whatever I
15-year-old
want.
liar mentality, right? Now we could have blocked you when you first said it, right? Honestly, but this is the level of maturity that we've been dealing with pretty much all night. The entire night we've been dealing with people who are grown adults who act no more mature than if they were 15 years old, not 16, not even old enough to drive. 15. And this is their level of maturity. The first thing she did is come up here and lie, and yet she's going to say she's been bullied.
Light
This is
tone
what
ain't
we're
nobody
talking
know.
about.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
be
go
honest,
just and
ma'am.
go all the way to the top. She felt so emboldened to be disrespectful in this chat, and that's why I said let's have the conversation. She could talk to you, but she kept being unruly. I watched her and another Haitian, and they were giving a lot of excuses, but they were very respectable. All that stuff she was doing up here, she ain't do half of that. She ain't do none of that. on the other platform, and I'm gonna check my screen recordings and I'm gonna send it to Afro if I got you and the other Haitian lady being humble as pie over there, because you're a liar. You're a liar, ma'am.
Y'all see that?
They expose themselves.
Okay. Violin Mommy, you got it.
Hey y'all. That was a lovely read, BX. Hello Afro. Hello ZZ.
How you
Hello
doing?
Piano. That was a beautiful read. I won't be
Hey.
before you long. I'm just like a pastor. I just need 30 seconds because these tethers have the audacity to tell us we need to come together when over in Africa, over in all these little countries, they are separated against tribalism. But the one thing they constantly tell us when we tell them, why don't y'all get together in your country? They say, oh, we can't do that. We can't do That's not how tribalism works. No, we can't do that. Well, now Nigeria has 3 million tribes. Well, they can't do that. The one thing they all agree on is to try to take FBAs down. So I don't understand how they can always say that tribalism doesn't work like that. They can bring they can't bring their country together. They can't fix it. There's no way to do it because the government is going to do this. They're going to be too busy trying to take each other out. It doesn't work like that. But they get up here. The Somalis get with the Nigerians get with South Africans, the South Africans get with they get where everybody can get together now when it comes to foundational Black Americans. Like that's crazy. So I want them to take that same community and go back and go build their country up. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say, y'all.
All right.
Afro, can I
Appreciate
tell
that.
you this? Remember when I came in the room, I said I watched the bi-ethnics panel. I didn't disparage the bi-ethnic. I said that said what she was, Black American, Jamaican, and she kept a pretty fair balance. But what I did notice were the Haitians, copping please, being nice, saying it wasn't only, don't let this other Haitian over here reflect poorly on them. That's the platform that Shows was on, and Shows was one of the Haitians. So if you hear me now, and y'all know the lady who hosted that panel, I introduced her to this topic and said that she ran a balanced platform. She even dropped the whole panel because they were doing too much up there, over talking and stuff like that. So she kept a very well balanced platform. But I noticed, and this is something with the Caribbean, right? As soon as they find out that a Black American has some types of Caribbean roots, that's when they'll accept them. That's when they will respect them. I'm in New York, I see it all the time. Right? And that show is an example of that. Over here, she was unruly. She didn't do half of that, any of that on the other lady's platform. Period.
Yeah. There was not even a way we could possibly engage in a good faith conversation.
Yeah.
Not with her. Let's continue though. Let's continue. Let's get to B1 business and then we'll wrap it up. I know it's a lot of people want to speak, but you got to wrap it up sometime. There's like
Oh,
12
yeah.
people in the queue. So
Uh, peace to the chat. I won't be long. What's going on, Afro? This is a great panel, a great discussion. Um, it's needed. It's a needed discussion, I would say. Um, I was wanting to address some of the stuff that BX said a while ago, about 15 minutes ago. As far as like the accountability of the situation. So we knew about the hurricane in Jamaica when they came out attacking Black Americans. We didn't have nothing to do with that, but yet Black Americans were getting attacked. And like the little Haitian lady just come out, just walk up. I mean, we don't know how long the show had been going, but it seemed like the show had just started. She walked right up. First thing out of her mouth is dirty Americans, dirty Black Americans. It's like, we rent free in these people's mind, and they have no accountability. Like somebody on the panel was saying, their apology is like disingenuous. It's like, well, y'all do it too, but we don't do it, and it kind of seemed like we speaking from a place of arrogance, but we really not, because I know coming up, I'm from Texas. It's a such thing as Southern hospitality, but I felt this same hospitality from people from Atlanta, North and South Carolina, Louisiana. We have
we embrace everybody. We embrace all cultures. We embrace anybody. It don't matter the immigrant population, whether it's Hispanic or some black immigrant from somewhere, wherever it might be, the Caribbean or Africa, anywhere. We embrace everybody. We show everybody love, and I think that we've been doing that to our detriment. And they don't like that we start swinging back. Now that we swinging back, now that we actually standing up for ourselves and deciding that, look, we fight oppression all the time. We didn't think we was gonna have to be fighting with y'all or whatever. And I don't even want to use that frame because it's no diaspora war. I'm sick of that narrative too. Diaspora war. What's the diaspora war? Why are we having a diaspora war? A foundation of black Americans are not at war with anybody. We just taking a step back and we line dancing and we chilling and minding our own business, saying handle your own candle. We don't, okay, that's how y'all feel. Oh, we dirty Americans. Oh, okay, well, we just gonna stay over here and just mind our business. We're not coming out in the street and protesting. We're not doing none of that. So I just think, there's no accountability on that, and you can't paint everybody with the same brush. I'm not saying it's all of them, but a large majority refuse to take accountability, and they want to do well, it's all of us. It's y'all too. No, it's not us. We not going around with hate in our heart for anybody, but we seeing it, so we just, kind of matching energy. And I'll leave it right there, man. It's I wanted to address some more. Oh, what Dr. Umar was saying, he was like, they don't, and the Kyle dude, what's his name? The Winnie the Pooh looking ass dude. They want us to have all this sympathy, or we supposed to coddle them when they showing the disrespect. We are countering the disrespect, and they're showing the disrespect. But we're the ones supposed to just give them a pass, give them a pass. Well, I'm here to tell you that our passes is out. We gave out the last pass. Ain't no more passes, and that don't mean that we hate you or nothing like that, or we gonna take up arms, or we finna start doing certain violent stuff in the street or nothing, or anything like that. But we done. So foundational black Americans, we just gonna mind our business. We see how everybody feel about us. Dr. Clark told us that we don't have no friends. And I'll land my plane right there.
Yeah, that's true. All right, that's true. Thank you. Yeah, we got a lot of people. We might need a part two. I don't know. We might need one. We'll see about it. We'll see. We'll see. But we do got to get out of here. Got to go. Y'all make sure that you guys follow For the Culture. That's where the playback it is. Our part one, if this could be a part two or part one, that's where that's at. We got a lot of great content. On that channel on YouTube, For the Culture on YouTube. And y'all can follow me on Afro Lean on YouTube and all that stuff. All that stuff. Zeza's got a YouTube channel. All that stuff is in the description if you go to For the Culture on YouTube. All right, so you guys got to do that. So follow us, and we'll be back soon. Can't say when because I don't want to, give any misinformation. But more likely, we always do something Tuesday, so more likely tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow. All right. Zizi, any closing thoughts, closing words? Can we get to 350 before we get out? We got still over 400 people in here. Can we mass tap the screen to get to 350 before we have?
Yeah, closing thoughts. Man, it's crazy that they really do expose themselves. I'm glad that these tethers came up here and showed their hands, from the old guy to that last girl we was talking to. They really exposed themselves, and even the other one that was, fake getting offended by thinking somebody else and thinking one of her people thought she apologized for something. At the end of the day, they really don't hold themselves accountable, and they don't have any desire to be corrected. So that's just something we have to acknowledge and move correctly on. We gotta move accordingly, honestly, because at the end of the day, we can't force anybody. You can only lead a horse to water. All right, you can feed them all the information and act like you're pro-black and all this the history, and if they're still going to stand on anti-blackness, if they're going to stand on the rhetoric their parents taught them about us, then that's fine. But we gonna do what we do, and we gonna gatekeep and delineate and continue to stay on code. All right. So yeah. Shout out to the people that was on code on the panel that dropped drams. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate the gifts.
Yep.
This was a good one, honestly.
Was. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, BX, can you close us out? I will see you guys on
Yeah,
YouTube
and
in a
you
little
always
bit.
taking the question away from me. You talking about you don't want to make no promises. I didn't even get to say Afro. When's the next time you come live again? But that's
I
good
thought
because I
that
kind of
thing
have
did.
some projects I want to catch up on too. And this has been a really funky energy around. I'm not calling nobody funky, but I do notice some old. I don't even want to call them frenemies. Some old negative energy has reappeared on the app, and when they reappear, that brings a certain type of energy. I just want to say that sometimes about the part two. I also thought earlier if the part two was needed. Part of me want to say, please, let's just pack this up and move on to the next. But I did like the way that the panel went. I want to say this. Sometimes I do ask myself, though, are these conversations productive? Are we just stuck in place? Where's the
Mm-hmm.
action? But I got to tell you, you can check, and I'm going to try to be real quick. You can check who gifts you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as the live went on, I checked who gifted me. And I got to tell you, there was a bi-ethnic who I first encountered. We had a couple of words. Do you know lately she's been coming in rooms saying that BX is the most smartest on there. BX is the only one know who she's talking about. And she literally has been gifting me. And I'm just like, wow. So I am making a difference. No matter if I crash out, please don't judge me by the crash out. Just know I go to the government and systemically how we're harmed. So, yeah. I think
All
the
right.
conversations are worth it. Part two is up to you, Afro. But if you want, we could pack this up because something else is probably bound to
Yeah,
occur.
I got a couple other subjects in mind, so I don't know. I'm not guaranteeing nothing. I'm just letting you guys know. There's no guarantee of anything because it's a lot of people want to speak on this subject in particular. So I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes because, there's other things I want to talk about too. All right. But with that being said, thank you all for being here. Thank everybody for liking, gifting all of that stuff, following all of that stuff. For the riders who are non-FBA, if y'all get it, y'all got it. If y'all get it, y'all got it. Okay. That's it. We don't have to over explain. You saw we've had people who are on code up here who's not FBA. But we don't got to keep doing that. What's the YouTube channel? For the Culture is where the playback of this is going to be. All right.
Hey,
It's
thank you.
For the Culture on
Thank
YouTube.
you. Thank you, Afro. Appreciate you letting us speak.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all, brothers. All right. For the Culture on YouTube, y'all go make sure you guys subscribe. If you guys are listening on For the Culture, shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button on YouTube. Okay, how about that? I will see you guys. I'm going on Afro Elite on YouTube in a little bit. So y'all follow me over there. Gotcha. Cool. Also, with that being said, good night to every single last one of y'all, my brothers and my sisters. Black first to you. I'll see you guys soon.
Happy Black History Month. Peace and be one.
Happy Black History